Our protagonist boldly declares, "I'm going to live for myself now." Clearly, they're ready to break free from the mold. Reflecting on their past, they recall the endless cycle of school, cram school, grad school, you name it. It's been a grind. But just as the resolve sets in, we see our hero riding a horse, looking all determined and stuff. He's ready for this new chapter. And there he is, looking dapper in his outfit, riding into the unknown with a sense of purpose. His companion points out, "Young Master Li Han, look over there. It seems we've almost arrived." Li Han gives a thoughtful, in response, ready for whatever comes next. Check it out, folks. We've got Enro, the Empire's best magic school, standing tall and proud. It's the Hogwarts of this universe, and it's where all the magic happens. A seasoned character admits to eavesdropping, thinking he was as sneaky as a cat on a hot tin roof. But hey, he's just looking out for the young master. Gotta love that dedication. Our elder friend is all nostalgic, saying he's watched our young hero grow into a fine young man ready to take on Enro. Cue the proud tears. Despite his efforts, our young protagonist couldn't shake off the school's grip. It's like a magical magnet pulling him back, even in this life. What a twist. The title screen flashes, Magic Academy Survival Guide. Sounds like we're in for a wild ride, and we're going to need all the tips we can get. A graduation banner flaps in the breeze. It's a new chapter, folks. Caps are about to fly, and dreams are ready to take off. Under a bright, sunny sky, a group of graduates in their caps and gowns stand together. There's an air of celebration as they hold bouquets of roses, marking a significant milestone in their lives. Two graduates are chatting amid the crowd, one holding a bouquet. They're reflecting on their achievements and maybe even throwing in a joke or two about the next steps. A young man is seen in a different setting, perhaps recalling the graduation day or planning his next move. His expression shows a mix of determination and contemplation. A graduate is humorously advised to consider grad school again, clearly taken aback by the suggestion. His wide-eyed reaction says it all. That's going a bit too far. The scene opens with our protagonist, clearly fed up with the academic grind. "I don't care what it seemed like. I just did my part," they say as they stand on a bustling street. With a determined look, they declare, "I now refuse to be a part of any place of learning." Zooming in on their face, the resolve intensifies. "I'm going to live a life for myself," they proclaim, ready to break free and carve their own path. Just as our hero is making these bold declarations, elsewhere, a driver grips the wheel tightly. "What the heck?" they shout, eyes wide, as something seems to be amiss. The tension peaks as the vehicle's horn blares loudly, beep beep, signaling an impending crisis. The headlights cut through the dark, casting dramatic shadows as the scene races forward. Meet our protagonist, who's hit the jackpot by being reborn as the third son of House Warmdale, the big shots in Magic Town. He's sitting there, wide-eyed, questioning if this is for real. With a classic "I see," he starts putting two and two together. Reincarnated and living the high life? Not too shabby. Our little hero thinks he's getting rewarded for the grind of grad school in his previous life. Talk about life giving you lemons and turning them into a magical lemonade. He's convinced this is his golden ticket to kick back and enjoy life. Dreams of an easy street ahead are shining bright. But hold up. Reality check incoming. Turns out, things might not be as chill as he expected. Uh-oh, the realization hits. Our guy's got that, expression plastered on his face, hinting that maybe this new life isn't all sunshine and rainbows after all. Whoa, hold up. We're witnessing a deep moment of self-reflection here. Someone's realizing that everyone needs to figure out their own path in life. It's about to get interesting. In a vibrant training scene, a wise mentor and a young apprentice are sparring with wooden swords. The mentor can't believe the young one chose the sword as a hobby. The young one thought it would be useful, and luckily the family supports any learning. The mentor isn't giving up, though. He throws a curveball, suggesting, why not walk the path of the sword? The young apprentice, Long, is caught in the moment. Boom! Plot twist. Long, with a determined look, declares his ambition to become a magician. He believes it's the most stable path, even as the wooden swords clash around him. A heartfelt embrace kicks things off as the older gentleman exclaims, "Why, I, Harold, am touched by your greatness, young master." Meanwhile, the young master seems a bit confused, responding with a simple HM. The older gentleman continues with admiration, remarking, "Majority of your seniors are struggling. I mean, nobody improves at a young age." But he notes, "Yet here you are, having a fascinating future already." Reflecting on the realities of grad school, he muses, "Once a person experiences grad school, you can't help but become a realist." We're taken on a journey from the court of nobles to the adventurer guild, all the way to the imperial family. A skilled magician was always welcome. Behold the grandeur of enro. This was the institution that produced many talented people, the Empire's greatest magic academy. Our young protagonist stands determined, gazing upwards with resolve. He thinks to himself, "Let's just try and endure it for a few years." In the shadows, a mysterious figure reassures a young master, saying he's got the talent even the patriarch noticed. No pressure, right? The young master and an elder are having a bit of a chat. The elder's all about not letting kids practice magic because, well, danger. But the young master isn't buying it, thanking him sarcastically for his empty words. Classic. The young master stands with the elder near an entryway, noticing that horses and attendants can't go any further. He points this out, but it's clear there's more on his mind. The scene shifts, and we see the young master noticing a carriage passing by. His expression says he's onto something, or maybe just curious. Arriving at what seems to be a big event, the young master is taken aback by the crowd. He questions the elder about the sheer number of people there. Finally, he's puzzled by the presence of an overzealous number of guards. Like, isn't this a bit much for noble guards? He's definitely questioning what's going down. Enro is a place you're supposed to enter alone. Our protagonist is perplexed, realizing things are not as they should be. The blurred-faced character is in distress, struggling to speak. Our protagonist asks if they're okay, clearly concerned. The blurred-faced character explains that servants are like their hands and feet, and losing them is unthinkable. The protagonist agrees, albeit a bit awkwardly. The conversation shifts to a bold plan. The blurred-faced character considers using contracts and family names to shake things up. Our protagonist is curious about the potential reactions. Our story kicks off with a mysterious encounter. Our main guy spots a knight and someone all glowy, having a secretive meeting. What's the deal here? The vibe is definitely sketchy. Next up, our dude overhears a spooky chant. I repent, and he's like, mind manipulation magic? Yeah, that's not creepy at all. He's totally rattled, pondering if the rumors are true. Do they really use magic on kids? That's some dark stuff right there. And to top it off, he's heard whispers about monsters lurking in bodies getting dumped in the mountains. Yikes, this place just keeps getting weirder. Boom! A mysterious green portal swirls open with an ominous welcome to Enro. But don't get comfy, because the greeting is "you stupid human." Yeah, not exactly the red carpet treatment. Our green-haired protagonist, with eyes sharp as daggers, is unfazed. He remembers the headmaster's warning about this place. Seems like he's ready to face whatever comes his way. Meeting new people might be part of the deal, but with these vibes, our hero seems both intrigued and ready, eyes set on the unknown challenges ahead. Amidst swirling energy and tension, our mysterious hero declares, well, it's whatever. They're unfazed by the chaos surrounding them, ready to tackle whatever comes their way. With determination blazing, they proclaim, even if you don't want to keep up the pace, it'll force you to follow this. The air crackles with their resolve as they prepare to push forward. Amidst a dynamic scene, the character questions, why are all strong people like this? Their frustration is palpable, yet it fuels their drive to keep fighting, pushing against the odds. Welcome to Arionguard, the greatest magic academy in the Empire. Our protagonist sets foot on its grand grounds for the very first time. While the towering structures of the academy stand majestically under the clear blue sky, there's an unsettling feeling creeping in. Something feels off, and our hero can't shake the bad vibes. Ian, feeling the sting of being called an ironhead, reflects on his status as a successor. The scene buzzes with students, echoing through the grand hallways. A voice calls out, confirming Ian's identity as part of the Warden's house. It's a moment that catches his attention. Ian turns around, curious and perhaps a bit puzzled by the sudden recognition. Enter Yoner Maken. With her vibrant red hair and confident smile, she introduces herself, comparing her noble house to Ian's. Ian, polite yet direct, asks Yoner the reason for her approach. She drops the bombshell. His Imperial Highness wants to meet him. The mention of the Imperial Prince piques Ian's curiosity. What could this royal figure want with him? Meanwhile, the spotlight shifts to Enro, a vibrant hub of development and socialization. A lively character stands out, setting the stage for what's to come. A golden-haired character beams with joy, his eyes closed in a playful grin. Dressed in an ornate green outfit, he exudes charisma and warmth. The scene sparkles with a light-hearted hee-hee, setting a charming tone. The title card appears in a mystical font, Magic Academy Survival Guide, hinting at a world brimming with enchantment and challenges. The backdrop suggests a magical academy awaits. A duo is engaged in conversation. The dialogue humorously questions the title of His Imperial Highness, considering the Emperor's extensive brood of over 100 children. The characters seem bemused by the absurdity. A royal scene unfolds with a majestic crown-wearing figure watching over an opulent gathering. The text suggests skepticism about the worthiness of the Emperor's numerous heirs. The scene shifts to a gathering of noble children. Our cheerful blonde from before is among them, his presence standing out amid a sea of aristocracy. The text implies the imperial family's significant influence here. A vibrant red-haired girl with striking blue eyes and a cheerful smile invites someone to join her, despite being from a lower-standing family. The whispers in the air question her actions. A couple of onlookers, one with red hair, snicker and wonder why she's helping a no-name prince. The mystery deepens. A handshake seals the deal. The characters agree that making friends is better than making enemies. Smart move. The red-haired girl beams, thrilled by the agreement. Meanwhile, her companion seems a bit skeptical. But hey, progress is progress. Enter a cheerful, blonde character, radiating confidence and charm. The girl approaches him, adding another twist to the tale. This lively blonde insists he's not lost, but the 97th in line. Bold claim, but he seems pretty sure of himself. The scene opens with a group of characters standing together, and one of them clearly didn't want to join the 100s. Leon seems lost in his thoughts, not paying attention to the conversation around him. The blonde guy is venting about someone rejecting his proposal, calling that person a bastard. Oh, the drama! Leon tries to compliment him, calling him regal, but our blonde friend is utterly confused by the term. Once he learns regal means noble and prestigious, he cheekily agrees it's a word that suits him. As the conversation continues, the blonde guy is still hung up on his proposal being rejected, while the group buzzes with chatter. Meet the 44th Imperial Princess, exuding elegance and charm. Her presence demands attention in the bustling environment. A lively conversation ensues between two young men. One teases the other about possessing the elegance expected from a member of the imperial family, unlike someone else. As the banter continues, one friend suggests using his tall and well-built stature to take care of a situation. Regal people don't harass others, though. The playful friend clarifies he means to punish, not harass. But even that isn't quite regal, is it? In a moment of contemplation, the princely character wonders what to do. Forgiveness seems a noble choice, but there's always another way. Challenge them to a duel. The suggestion hangs in the air, leaving one character surprised. A duel, really? But no need to go that far. Our princely character laughs it off, deciding to forgive with a touch of flair. The scene wraps up with a friendly pat and a curious observer watching the amusing dynamic unfold. Good vibes all around. Standing in admiration, someone expresses awe. Wow, you're amazing. The words hang in the air like a badge of honor. You were able to curb his stubbornness when even his relative couldn't do it. Amazing is too much. The conversation continues, filled with intrigue and a sprinkle of flattery. But before that, I understand that you guys are relatives. But why are you going this far to take care of him? It's Beck. The curiosity is palpable, but words are cut short. Suddenly, a swirling, eerie green energy fills the scene. Something magical and possibly dangerous is brewing. A terrifying, ghostly skull emerges from the green haze, challenging. Did you enjoy hitting innocent? The shock is instantaneous. It's the lich that we saw at the gate. Recognition dawns, and the tension rises as the mysterious entity looms large. A chilling description follows. Lich, an existence that is the result of a great magician who embraced too much magic, transforming into an undead being. The stakes just got higher. All right, picture this. A mysterious, glowing orb hovering in the air, throwing out a question to a group below. It's all like, let me ask all of you a question. Then it hits them with, why do you think I'm calling you Ironheads? Talk about a cosmic riddle? Enter the confident woman, cool as a cucumber, explaining, because the symbol for this year's freshman class is steel. She's got that I know what's up vibe. Meanwhile, there's a bit of surprise among the group. One of them is like, there was a point system for dormitories? Clearly, somebody missed the memo. The orb, not missing a beat, drops a truth bomb. Of course not. If you want to become a magician, you should first learn how to tell lies apart from the truth. Cue dramatic gasp. The scene opens with a cosmic vibe, as some epic material called cosmic glass steel is being hyped up. It's all about strength and versatility, perfect for forging some serious weaponry. A group of students, or maybe adventurers, are listening intently. But wait, there's a giant glowing skull in the mix, and it's like, oh, this material's got some fans. Suddenly, the skull's like, you fell for it again? Turns out this cosmic glass steel is just a trap to mess with their heads. Cut to our crew, and they're in shock. The air's filled with laughter, and they're just standing there like, what just happened? Despite the skull's mockery, everyone's too shook to clap back. It's like they're in awe or maybe fear. The tension's real. The scene opens with a mysterious portal glowing ominously, drawing everyone's attention. It's like a cosmic jelly donut, with everyone wondering if it's filled with magic or mayhem. Our protagonist, looking sharp in his outfit, seems to have gotten the hang of dealing with these weird portals. With a casual swing of his arm, he's like, no biggie, just another day at the portal office. The portal isn't just for show. It's whispering promises of a journey or a revelation. The tension builds as everyone waits to see where this wormhole ride is headed. Suddenly, a commanding voice instructs everyone to turn their gaze to the left. There's a door, and it's not just any door. It's glowing with an intense light that screams plot twist ahead. The door swings open, and bam, light floods the space, almost blinding in its brightness. It's like stepping into a brand new world, or perhaps the start of an epic tale. Meet our cheerful Blondie, digging into his meal with a radiant smile and a loud thank you for the meal. The vibes are all sunshine and rainbows, but hold up, things are about to get wild. Suddenly, the scene flips. Darkness creeps in, and our black-haired mystery guy senses something's off. There's a weird energy swirling around. Is it the food or something more sinister? Our black-haired friend is deep in thought, piecing together the weird vibes. His eyes narrow. He's onto something big. Meanwhile, the ominous aura grows stronger. Boom! A mysterious force erupts, and it's all about the thirst. Our crew is hit with a wave of confusion and panic. What's happening? It's chaos at the dinner table. The air is thick with tension as our red-haired protagonist stands firm, her eyes locked onto the curly blonde-haired guy who's looking like he's seen a ghost. They're in the middle of some epic showdown, with a mysterious voice echoing around them. Meanwhile, we've got a raven-haired dude joining the fray, and everyone's expressions are a cocktail of fear and awe. It's like they've stumbled into a storm of magic and mystery, with an ancient power making its presence known. Out of nowhere, a ghostly figure materializes, and it's not here for a friendly chat. The entity's got an aura of authority, delivering a message that's heavy with warning and ancient secrets. In the midst of a dark, swirling energy, our hero is enveloped, eyes blazing with a wild glow. An insatiable thirst grips him as ominous words echo. The only acceptable outcome is victory. It's clear something powerful is at play. The scene shifts to a nearby observer who is utterly baffled. What is this? They stammer as the energy crackles around the hero. The thirst intensifies, leaving everyone on edge. Another character steps in, trying to make sense of the chaos. And well, they trail off, overwhelmed by the sheer force emanating from the hero. This is too much. The realization hits them as they grapple with the potent energy swirling in the air. The students look a bit shell-shocked as they're told that they must follow the Academy's rules to the letter. It's like they're being schooled in some kind of magical boot camp. As if to drive home the point, a ghostly figure, all green and glowing, appears. It's the Academy's way of saying, break the rules, and you're in for a spooky surprise. Welcome to the Magic Academy Survival Guide. It looks like these kids are in for an adventure that's part Hogwarts, part haunted house. One of the students suggests they could get things if they ask from outside, and the ghostly figure seems thrilled about this idea. Maybe it's happy someone is catching on. The rules get even weirder. No asking to go out, and definitely no asking a senior student for help. It's like they're trapped in some magical escape room. All right, picture this. A glowing, swirling portal of magic energy, and someone dramatically declares, "Now then, dismissed." It's like the end of a wizard meeting, and everyone's just left to wonder what just happened. In the next scene, the mysterious voice wishes the Ironheads good luck, hoping they become great magicians. It's like a magical pep talk, and we're cheering for them already. Cut to our main guy, who's having an existential moment. Does every single place have a crazy professor? He wonders. And honestly, who hasn't been there? Flashback alert. Before his reincarnation, there was a professor next door who was all about that madness life. It's a wild memory lane trip filled with crazy lab vibes. Back to reality, Leon's friend snaps him out of his thoughts, asking if he heard something too. Leon's just like, huh? Classic spaced out moment. Leon's buddy is on a rant now, upset about how they're treated. But wait, maybe that lich is better than the crazy professor? It's a toss-up, really. Finally, the friend is holding up some bread, looking like it's from a medieval cafeteria. How are we supposed to live with such awful food and clothes? He complains, and honestly, it's a mood. All right, so we're diving into a fancy room where a sharply dressed character is musing over how life has improved thanks to finer food and clothes. But hold up, someone's shouting Leon? With pure disbelief in their eyes. Now, a little context. The noble society knows squat about House Wardeness. Why? Well, they're too busy with their magical studies to bother with social events. Classic introverts, am I right? Because of this, rumors are flying left and right about the house. Our blonde friend is flabbergasted, questioning the sanity of someone else's lifestyle choices. Dramatic much? Switching gears, the mysterious character extends a casual invite to the blonde dude to visit his house. The response? A nonchalant, huh? Okay, thanks. Someone's playing it cool. In a grand hall bathed in sunlight, there's talk of heading to the dorms. Sounds like a plan, but who's gainando? Intrigue levels rising. Hey, erase the twist. The Academy accepts students from all walks of life, but to keep things fair, they use rings to hide the students' powers. Sneaky, right? The epic tale kicks off with the towering presence of a blue dragon. It's not just any dragon, but the symbol of the tower of the arrogant blue dragon. Cue the dramatic music. Now, enter two enigmatic characters who seem to have some serious business. They're linked to the tower of the glorious burning phoenix, a fiery counterpart to our dragon friends. The scene heats up as a giant phoenix blazes into view. Hooded figures gather below, adding an air of mystery and setting the stage for some intense action. The scene bursts to life with a majestic, glowing tiger, roaring mightily as if daring anyone to challenge its might. This ain't your regular kitty. It's a symbol of power and ferocity. Our heroes, a band of adventurers, stand united and ready for whatever comes their way. They look tough and determined as they face the daunting swamp filled with lurking dangers. The atmosphere is tense, and you can almost hear the swamp creatures plotting their next move. Amidst the chaos of battle, one adventurer takes the lead, showcasing some serious skills. These guys are not backing down, even when the odds seem stacked against them. Their teamwork is on point, and they're not afraid to get their hands dirty. Despite being underestimated by others due to their low status, our brave adventurers stand tall. They're easily overlooked, but little do their opponents know, underestimating them might be the biggest mistake they could make. In a dimly lit room, two characters are having a low-key but intense chat. One of them, with serious eyes and a crisp white shirt, mentions how someone is always unpredictable and they need to keep an eye out. It's like they're plotting something big, but they're keeping it on the down low. Stepping into the scene with a fiery determination, our mystery character is fuming. How dare he mock my future business partners? They mutter, foot-tapping with intensity. Someone's ruffled some serious feathers here. In the next panel, we see a confident figure standing tall, ready to face whatever comes their way. They're not about to let anyone forget their presence. With a smirk that says, "I won't let you mock me again." Enter the social scene. The crowd buzzes with whispers. He's from House Wardenaz, right? As expected from a great house. Someone notes, while another reacts with an overwhelmed "Ugh." Our mysterious figure is causing quite the stir. Finally, our protagonist surveys the room, feeling the ambience. All right, the whole atmosphere is nice, they think, gearing up for some social acrobatics. Now, I just need to greet. Let the mingling commence. Whoa, hold up. Our green-haired friend is freaking out big time, like he's just seen a ghost. He's all, "What's with the overreaction, dude?" Meanwhile, the other guy is like it's the noise when the spirit awakens. Cut to Mr. Sirius with the dark hair, pondering about the spirit's essence. He's got this sly smile, like he's just unlocked a secret level in a game. Now, the scene lightens up. Our orange-haired girl is chatting with a blurred-out character, asking, "Do I look scary?" And he's like, "Nah, you're good." The blurred-out character gets a compliment. "You show dignity like a noble." He's glowing like he's just been told he's royalty or something. Uh-oh, trouble. A kid comes running in, yelling at Leon and Yoner for leaving the prince alone. The girl with orange hair is all apologetic, sorry. But wait, there's more. As they walk, she asks Yoner to continue his story. There's a hint about why she let someone be childish, adding some mystery to the mix. It's because of Gay Nando's mother. Our red-haired girl spills the tea, and it's not just a metaphor. The scene shifts to a stunning imperial banquet. But hold up. There's a rule. No running, especially if you're Yahello. Yahello, with a cheeky grin, makes a face and oops. There goes the drink, splashing onto a lattice dress. Slip. The chaos is real, and the sound effects are on point as the scene gets slippery. Yahello finds herself on the floor, staring at the disaster she's caused on the lattice dress. Yikes. Yahello's mind is racing. Oh no, the Empress dress. She's panicking, thinking it's game over for her. A gentle hand on her shoulder and a calm voice. It's all right. Maybe things aren't as bad as they seem. In a cozy scene, a comforting embrace takes place as one character asks, "Are you all right, Lady Tony?" Amidst a warm glow, reminding us that mistakes happen. Our curious little character wonders if there's a story, only to find out no, she's very rich. The eyes widen in awe. A mysterious figure admits, "She gave me an allowance if I was friendly with him." A lot of money, leaving us with a sense of intrigue. A scenic view reveals a grand estate as someone decides, "I should also be friends with him." The allure of wealth pulls them in. Standing before the sprawling estate, one character exclaims, "It's so big." Their friend adds, "Sure, it spells scrappy, but there's a lake, forest, and mountains." A mystical object appears, as one character realizes he wasn't kidding when he said to get it all on our own. It's time to face the challenge. The crew's wandering around, trying to locate the tower of the Blue Dragon. But wait, did they take a wrong turn somewhere? Our main character's scratching his head, looking baffled. Someone asks, "What's up?" And another character points out, "Isn't that our dorm?" Looks like they're more lost than they thought. Now the question lingers. Then why is everyone? Mystery hangs in the air as they wonder why everyone's gathered around. Suddenly, what the? Our main guy looks shocked as the scene unfolds. Something unexpected has caught them all by surprise. All right, folks, we're gazing up at this tall, unimpressive tower. The crew's rolling in, and they're not amused. Someone throws shade at the tower, calling it pathetic. I mean, who wouldn't with that first impression? The crew's got beef with the size of this place. My servants' quarters are bigger than this, one of them says. Ouch, burn. The blonde guy's leading the charge, determined to step foot inside this snug little abode. The others? Not so thrilled. Dark-haired dude is making a dramatic descent. What's he up to? Guess we'll find out soon. The scene is set in a mysterious void where our main character, with dark hair and piercing eyes, is having a conversation. He's startled, asking what happened. As he looks around, confusion written all over his face. A glowing, cosmic entity poses a deep question to him. Where will you go? The question hangs in the air, echoing the uncertainty of the moment. Feeling the weight of the question, he clutches his chest, pondering, where can I go? Suddenly, the cosmic entity comments on his quick decision-making, adding an air of urgency to the scene. All right, folks, we're diving straight into a cosmic whirlpool of magic. A mysterious figure is pulling some serious strings, opening up a portal with a couple of glowing keys. It's like watching a magic show in space. Now, our mystery magician with a blurred-out face is getting all serious, pondering the importance of this portal like it's the key to the universe or something. What could possibly be waiting on the other side? As the magical energy crackles, the portal opens, revealing a sign that says personal room. This isn't your ordinary Airbnb, folks. It's a room packed with mystical potential. Boom! Enter our main guy, looking all cool and composed. He's stepping through the portal, and the welcome committee is all like, welcome to the academy, young magician. This place is about to get lit. With a flash of light, our hero makes his grand entrance. The academy awaits, and it's time to see what magical adventures are in store. This is just the beginning. Welcome to the Magic Academy Survival Guide. Get ready to dive into a world full of spells, secrets, and survival tips. Our protagonist is diving into a book about Enro, the magical academy. This place is packed with mysteries waiting to be unraveled. Guess what? At this academy, you can pick your classes freely after trying them out for a month. Way more chill than grad school, right? The protagonist is vibing, thinking this academy life is easier than grad school. He's loving the laid-back vibe. And check this out, the room has everything he needs. Talk about living the good life. Meanwhile, Lee Han is losing it, finding the room completely bare. It's a whole different story for him. Our protagonist is all set, confidently stating that he gets the rules. He's ready to roll. The scene opens in a cozy room where a girl with fiery red hair and a charming blue dress sits beside a young man in a sleek black uniform. They're deep in conversation, and the atmosphere is relaxed yet full of potential. With a bright and determined expression, the girl exclaims, I want to learn alchemy. Her eyes are lit with ambition, and you can tell she's serious about her new passion. She goes on to explain her fascination with alchemy, sharing her dream of setting up her own workshop and selling her unique creations. Sounds profitable, the young man responds, clearly intrigued by her business savvy. The narrative shifts to a vibrant illustration of the competitive world of alchemy, where countless guilds are fighting tooth and nail for market supremacy. Coins are flying, and the hustle is real. A young man stands in a room, looking a bit puzzled as he's asked about his subjects of interest. His response is more like, who me? Classic move when you're caught off guard. Now, we see him framed in a fancy border, contemplating the age-old debate, passion versus grades. It's the eternal struggle, folks. A red-haired girl enters the scene, radiating enthusiasm. She's not buying the grades are everything spiel. She's all about that passion. The scene shifts as another young man dashes in, panic written all over his face. He's got some hot gossip about a theft, and it looks like things just got real. Mr. Green Jacket, is in a frenzy. He claims there's been a thief in his room, and now it's emptier than a ghost town. Cue the dramatic gasp. Back in the lounge, the young man and the red-haired girl share a moment, probably wondering what's going to happen next in this wild ride. Under the cloak of night, a voice cuts through the silence with urgency. Guys, I said there's a thief. But the response is less than enthusiastic, just a simple yeah. A finger traces over the ancient script of a book, revealing the title, Basic Magic Comprehension. This is no ordinary bedtime reading. Enter the classroom scene, where a student in a neat uniform discusses the core subject for first years, pointing out that lecture times are different for every dorm. But wait, there's more. A hand holds a book with a dramatic but hanging in the air. What's the twist here? Zoom out to a group of students, each with their own expression of frustration. They're not exactly thrilled with their current situation. A fiery-haired student voices the struggle. We're hungry, and the beds were so uncomfortable that we didn't sleep well. Beside them, a blonde student nods in agreement, fighting off sleepiness. Amidst the complaints, a thoughtful question hangs in the air. Is it really that hard? One student reflects inwardly compared to my past life, hinting at a mysterious backstory. In a room with a clock ticking away, one character is puzzled, wondering why mealtime isn't in the schedule. The other character, with dark hair, seems to have a plan. The plan? An energy bar. Here, he says, handing over the number 1 energy bar, suggesting it's their ration for the day. Not exactly a 5-star meal. The recipient is not impressed. Don't look at me like that, he protests, his eyes wide in disbelief. Turns out, they're both stuck with the same meal plan. But wait, there's hope. A feast awaits after their tasks. The dark-haired character jokes, "I'm going to kill you if it's ramen." The tension lightens as they find humor in their predicament. And relief floods in. It's not ramen, but cup ramen, which seems to be a step up. Plus, there's a triangle kimbap as a bonus. Things are looking up. In a shift of scene, the characters are now in a more promising setting, surrounded by others. One thinks this is definitely far better. Looks like things are turning around. The students are checking out their lecture hall, making sure they're in the right place. One of them, relieved, comments on the lecture hall being on the first floor, which is a total win. They take a moment to stand at the entrance, taking it all in, ready for whatever's next. Suddenly, chaos breaks loose as something unexpected happens, causing a bit of a stir among the students. A troll appears, much to everyone's shock, turning their ordinary day into something extraordinary. They're ferocious and dangerous monsters that can make even the bravest shake in their boots. But wait, what's this? A troll in a lecture hall? Dressed to impress? Yep, you heard it right. Our troll friend here walks into the hall, rocking some snazzy clothes, and everyone is in shock. "Welcome everyone, please take a seat," it says. Is this a class or a fashion show? One student, with striking blue hair, seems to be encouraging his friend. "Come on now," he says, trying to keep things chill despite the wild situation. The lecture hall is full, and the troll stands at the podium. Students fill the seats, buzzing with curiosity and a hint of fear. Who knew learning could be this intense? Finally, a student stands up. "Nice to meet you, everyone. My name's Garcia Kim. I'm a half-troll," he announces. Everyone's a bit freaked out, but Garcia reassures them there's no need to be afraid. In a dimly lit room, a mysterious woman stands confidently, her attire adorned with vibrant colors and golden accessories that catch the light. Her presence is commanding, and she seems to be at the center of something intriguing. As the scene shifts, a shadowy figure with glowing eyes and a menacing grin appears. The air is thick with tension as he whispers ominously, "That is, unless I get very hungry." His intentions are unclear, but definitely not pure. So we're in a classroom setting, and this dude, Garcia Kim, stands up all cool-like and says, "Hey, I'm Garcia Kim, a half-troll." He's clearly trying to ease any tension, saying he understands if people are a bit on edge. Then we switch focus to this intriguing character with braided hair and vibrant attire. Their presence is striking, and you can feel something brewing. Suddenly, there's a close-up of their mouth, showing sharp teeth and a sly lick. Yep, definitely adding a bit of edge to the vibe. The suspense builds as they utter, "Not unless him," leaving us hanging on every word. The scene opens with a mysterious figure, their eyes glowing and a mischievous grin spreading across their face. They declare, "Very hungry." It's the kind of hunger that sends shivers down your spine. Below, two students, one blonde and one with dark hair, seem startled, and one of them asks nervously, "So you'll eat us if you're hungry?" Clearly, they're not ready to be snacks. In the next scene, the tension breaks slightly as we shift to the auditorium. Our two students stand awkwardly, with the dark-haired one realizing, "That was a joke, but I regret it already." Below them, the auditorium stretches out, filled with students and a sense of impending drama. The title sets the stage for a magical journey, hinting at an adventure in a magic academy. As the scene unfolds, a hand gracefully conjures a glowing orb of light, and the speaker explains the rarity and danger of magic. Only a select few are adept at wielding it. With the back of a mysterious figure in view, the lecture continues, aiming to teach students about magic and help discover hidden talents among them. In a classroom setting, a student with vibrant red hair passionately declares, "The magician's path is a rough and rigorous journey, and I wish to become your compass." It's a heartfelt moment, filled with determination and a hint of drama. Suddenly, things get spooky. A ghostly figure looms over, revealing that not all professors are like the headmaster. Our crew is shocked, especially the student with blonde hair, who looks like he's ready to bolt. Things calm down a bit as a mysterious figure, with a face obscured, steps up and says, "So, let's start with the basics. What exactly is magic?" Clearly, it's time for a magical lesson. The scene opens in a classroom, where a teacher with silver hair is explaining the profound responsibilities of a magician. It's the undertaking of a magician to change the world with their will, she says, setting the stage for an intense lesson. In a mystical chamber, the teacher stands over a seated student, surrounded by magical energy. She elaborates it's using magic, innate will, and the fundamental force to change the world. She underscores the importance of this education at the academy. Focusing on her demonstration, the teacher directs magical energy with precision. Manipulating magic takes skill and intent, she continues, highlighting the delicate nature of magical control and the potential consequences of its misuse. As the scene unfolds, magical energy swirls, weaving together in a dazzling display. The secret to casting magic? Unity and harmony, folks. Next, a wise figure with braided hair and colorful ribbons shares some sage advice. Forget the common belief that magic needs a chant or action. What truly matters is your own will. Remember that. With the lesson lingering in the air, the teacher realizes they've been talking for a while. Time to put theory into practice. Everyone is asked to stand up and give it a shot. All right, magic enthusiasts, the moment we've all been waiting for. Our instructor, decked out in their magical attire, tells us to whip out our wands and gather that magic energy. The excitement in the room is electric. We're finally using magic. As the wand is raised, a dazzling display of swirling blue energy lights up the room. It's like a magical light show, and everyone is mesmerized. The teacher, unfazed by the spectacle, calmly instructs the class to keep that magic energy flowing and imagine a light in their heads. Easy, right? Well, maybe not for everyone. One student is clearly feeling the pressure. With a fiery background, they admit it's hard. Yep, magic isn't all sparkles and fun. It's tricky business. The scene is ablaze with fiery intensity as our red-haired mystery character, eyes full of determination, is seemingly swallowed by flames. With dramatic flair, they clutch a glowing pendant, ready for action. Now, we meet a new character with blue skin and a calming presence. As they prepare to chant a spell, they emphasize the importance of maintaining focus to prevent the magic energy from dispersing. Looks like some serious wizardry is about to go down. Amidst a blinding glow, our character exclaims, "Oh, light!" Clearly, something unexpected is happening, and it's as bright as it gets. The light intensifies, flooding the entire area with a golden hue. It's a dramatic scene, almost like the heavens opened up inside a room. The scene opens with a burst of magical energy, radiating light and excitement. Something big is about to go down. In the classroom, the teacher encourages creativity with chants, emphasizing that keeping it short helps focus. Two students are shown deep in thought, pondering their own magical phrases. One student confidently summarizes the magic process. Gather energy, transform it, and chant a spell. They got the hang of it, ready to cast some magic. The scene opens with a burst of magical energy, radiating light and excitement. Something big is about to go down. In the classroom, the teacher encourages creativity with chants, emphasizing that keeping it short helps focus. Two students are shown deep in thought, pondering their own magical phrases. One student confidently summarizes the magic process. Gather energy, transform it, and chant a spell. They got the hang of it, ready to cast some magic. The scene erupts with energy as a young hero, surrounded by a dazzling blue aura, is caught in a whirlwind of power. His determined look says it all. He's in control, or at least trying to be. The perspective shifts to two onlookers, a man and a woman. The man remarks he's really doing it. The power is overwhelming, while the woman nods. He's unlike anyone we've seen before. Their expressions are a mix of awe and concern. In a magical classroom, a character with braided hair and a confident tone encourages the students, "Don't worry. If you have more magic energy left, try it again." The second attempt at casting spells is underway, but frustration fills the air. "Why isn't it working?" echoes through the room. 1/3 of the students have already given up, leaving only 2/3 still trying. Our braided instructor reflects, "Luminate might be the simplest spell, but it normally takes over a month of practice to learn it." It's a reminder of the challenge ahead. But with determination, the character insists this is a hurdle the students must tackle on their own. With a firm grip on the wand, they declare, "All right, again." In a bustling university classroom, students are grumbling about the professor's teaching style. One student is particularly vocal, clearly frustrated with how the lecture is going. Amidst the complaints, a brave student raises his hand, interrupting the flow with a polite, yet assertive, "Excuse me, professor." The room goes silent, all eyes on this unexpected showdown. The scene unfolds with our protagonist, standing confidently at the podium, apologizing for the interruption. He's about to perform some magic, and it seems like he's got just one more shot to get it right. The tension is palpable as he raises his wand. Zoom in on the focused face of our young magician. His expression is determined, ready to make this last chance count. You can almost feel the classroom's anticipation. Someone in the audience, possibly a teacher or an experienced student, is surprised that we've reached the 7th attempt. They note it's rare for a freshman to handle so many tries, usually limited to 5. What's this freshman's secret sauce? In a blaze of swirling energy, a centaur prepares for battle, his power resonating fiercely. Below, a hooded figure is deeply engrossed in a mystical tome, summoning ancient knowledge. The scene intensifies as an elderly man, exuding wisdom and power, stands ready. His aura crackles with energy, signifying the immense strength required to challenge a mighty foe. In a classroom, a professor, looking quite composed despite it being the 7th attempt, asks a student for his name. The student responds confidently, "Leon." The professor notes that Leon's manner of speaking stands out, hinting at a certain quality in action. The professor, with a warm smile, asks Leon to step forward, acknowledging his name again as if confirming an intriguing presence. All right, so there's this mysterious blue-skinned character with dreadlocks and colorful beads, politely asking our main guy for his hand. The room feels tense, like something magical is about to happen. Next up, the young man seems to be pondering this strange request. His expression is a mix of curiosity and caution. What's he going to do? Is he about to dive into something unexpected? As the scene unfolds, we see a mysterious figure with braids and a unique outfit as they become engulfed in a swirling vortex of energy. The air crackles with power, and something big is about to happen. The transformation deepens as the character is submerged in water. They seem to embrace the change, eyes closed, as if one with the flow. The water bubbles around them, adding an ethereal vibe to the scene. The energy swirls upward, and the character is seen drifting in the vastness of this powerful wave, caught in the dance of water and light. It's a breathtaking spectacle, leaving us wondering what's next for this enigmatic figure. The scene unfolds with a student urgently calling out, "Professor," with a sense of urgency that fills the room. A concerned student steps in, asking the professor if there's an issue, showing a blend of curiosity and worry. The professor, visibly flustered, tries to brush off the situation with a nervous smile, suggesting they return to class. Meanwhile, another student whispers to a friend with a mix of humor and genuine concern, "Hey, shouldn't we try and save him? What if she eats him?" Adding a lighthearted twist to the tension. Alright, so in this lively classroom scene, we've got a blonde student with wild curly hair, telling his classmate to zip it. Classic school banter, right? Meanwhile, the mystical, blue-skinned teacher with vibrant dreadlocks is having a friendly chat with Lehman, asking him to catch up after class. Lehman seems a bit surprised but rolls with it. Over to another part of the room, a teacher is giving the students a pep talk. Running out of magic energy is totally normal, so no worries. Keep practicing, and you'll get better at it. Our blonde buddy is back. He's cheerfully reminding everyone to stay cautious during practice because, hey, accidents happen. His enthusiasm is contagious, and even his friend Ganando is on board. In a classroom, a striking professor with blue skin and colorful dreadlocks addresses the students with a humorous reassurance. Also, I don't eat students. His laid-back apology adds a fun twist to the serious atmosphere. The scene shifts to the grand exterior of a castle-like school, where the professor wraps up the lecture, praising everyone for their hard work. A student chimes in, thanking the professor for the class. Next, we're outside the professor's office. Someone hesitantly knocks and calls out, "Excuse me, professor?" The door is slightly ajar, hinting at a private conversation. Inside, a student stands before the professor, puzzled. "What's going on? Why did you call me out separately like this?" The mystery deepens as the student awaits the professor's response. In a sunlit, elegant office, a mysterious meeting unfolds. Our man in a long coat stands with a certain authority, facing a blue-skinned woman who seems to hold secrets of her own. Her hair is a tapestry of colorful beads, hinting at a vibrant past. The blue-skinned woman leans in, her words hanging in the air. In truth, what truths could she be revealing? The suspense is real, folks. Switching gears, we meet a young student who's all ears. He's heard tales of our main guy from none other than the headmaster. This is getting juicy. And bam, we're hit with an intense scene. Our main dude is facing off with what can only be described as a psycho lich. Glowing green and menacing, this encounter is about to get wild. The scene opens with a character who is informed about someone by the headmaster. There's a sense of anticipation in the air. Suddenly, the atmosphere shifts. A menacing presence is revealed. A crazy lich. The tension rises as the character processes this unexpected revelation. Back in a more composed setting, another character calmly reassures that there's no need to worry, trying to ease the tension created by the mention of the lich. A blue-skinned character with vibrant eyes and intricate braids, adorned with golden accessories, speaks warmly, but he's a kind person. Who's this kind soul she's talking about? The mystery deepens. The scene shifts to a magical castle backdrop with the title Magic Academy Survival Guide shimmering like it's straight out of a fantasy dream. Get ready for some spellbinding adventures. In a dimly lit room with an ethereal glow, a group of professors gathers around a table. There's talk about the headmaster's sharp eye for people and his annual explanations about the new students. Things are getting serious here. A mysterious scene unfolds as we meet a cautious figure advising about a red-haired demon girl with a creepy aura and holy magic. The stakes are high, and the tension is palpable. The spotlight shifts to a skeleton-like entity speaking ominously about someone named Leon. According to this eerie voice, Leon's got the qualities of a massive fool. Ouch! Now, We see a new character pondering over the massive fool comment. There's a twist, though. An old saying from the East suggests there's more depth to Lian than just foolishness. Intrigue levels rising. A massive fool can also be a massive genius. What may seem greatly foolish might be connected to great wisdom. Deep stuff, right? Enter a mysterious, intriguing scene. A character with blue skin and golden eyes is pondering the potential of a student. This student apparently has the qualities of someone destined to succeed big time. The name's out, Lian Wardawaz. The mysterious character has high hopes for this student. What's in store for Lian? Big things, that's for sure. In a cozy library, a student in a uniform is seen addressing someone, calling them professor. The vibe is all mysterious and academic. The professor, looking thoughtful and a bit secretive, thinks I can't tell him all of that. Instead, he begins explaining, the reason I called you is, with a serious tone, the professor reveals, because you have too much magic energy. Whoa, talk about a magical plot twist. The scene opens with a character adjusting their tie, questioning the need for a private discussion. There's an air of mystery as they ponder the energy involved. Another character, sitting with their back to us, is listening intently. The conversation turns to the magnitude of power, hinting at something far beyond ordinary limits. As the dialogue continues, the character reflects on the overwhelming power, unable to comprehend its vastness. It's like they're staring into an abyss of endless possibilities. The scene unfolds with a mysterious character deep in thought, pondering the essence of magic energy. It's made clear that the amount of magic energy one possesses is crucial in determining a magician's prowess. A vibrant display of magic energy reveals the importance of having enough of it. If you're running low, you need to seek out resources to boost your magic power. Basically, having a lot of magic energy means you're living life on easy mode, free from constant worry. Our protagonist is beaming with excitement, hands in the air, feeling like he's just hit the jackpot after hearing some promising news from the professor. His thoughts are racing. If what the professor is saying is true, then there's nothing but a rosy path ahead of me. Yep, he's dreaming big. Enter the mysterious blue-skinned character, looking all cool and composed. They drop a bombshell with just 3 words. It's a shame. Oh, what's cooking? Our hero is caught off guard, looking puzzled. What do you mean? He asks, as the room's atmosphere shifts with the blue-skinned character's cryptic vibe. A magical bracelet that absorbs energy? Heck yeah! Our character is getting some serious help from the professor. No problem as long as I have this? You bet. Our blue-skinned friend is seeking more wisdom. The professor suggests using lots of spells to burn off that excess magic energy. Smart move. With the magic energy issue sorted, it's time for some solo practice. No more accidents on the horizon. Freedom to train at last. The scene opens with a mysterious character, dressed in vibrant, ceremonial clothing, laughing off special privileges, saying, haha. Thank you. I don't need such special privileges. Clearly, someone's humble. Our focus shifts to a group of students walking down a grand staircase. One of them sighs, lamenting, sigh, my future is now looking bleak. Meanwhile, another chimes in, determined to keep their grades up starting now. Looks like some serious school vibes are kicking in. Then we meet a girl with striking red hair and blue eyes, who asks her friends if they have any classes in mind. She's rocking a cool school uniform, and it seems like class planning is on everyone's mind. The scene kicks off with a vibrant redhead, full of energy, announcing her readiness to start the class. She's got that determined look, ready to conquer the world or maybe just the classroom. Meanwhile, a composed guy with dark hair and sharp eyes sits there, seemingly unfazed by her enthusiasm. But wait, there's more! A cheeky blonde character throws in a comment, stirring the pot a bit. The dark-haired guy, with his calm aura, asks the redhead if she's ready for what's coming next. The blonde guy can't help but add a little more spice to the conversation, chuckling as he suggests something mischievous. Our dark-haired protagonist, maintaining his cool demeanor, seems to have a plan up his sleeve. His eyes narrow, and there's a palpable tension, as if something big is about to go down. What's the next move? Everyone's on edge, waiting to see who makes the first move in this intriguing classroom drama. The scene opens with Gainando, a cheerful young man with curly blonde hair and sparkling green eyes, exclaiming with excitement. But wait, what's happening next? Suddenly, a fierce character with fiery red hair lunges forward, yelling at Gainando to never ask for a potion again unless he ends up in the hospital. Talk about tough love. The atmosphere takes a turn as a mysterious figure, face blurred, stands calmly before the fierce character, adding an air of mystery to the confrontation. In the aftermath of what can only be described as a knockout move, someone's lying flat on the floor while a satisfied thumbs up suggests this punch was a solid 10 out of 10. As they head to class, doubts creep in. Was the punch too much? But hey, no worries, a simple apology tomorrow should do the trick, right? Our red-haired protagonist seems to have a history with this sort of thing. It's clearly not their first rodeo with a punch, as observed by someone nearby. Walking through the corridors, they notice a bunch of students from different towers mingling around, making the place feel bustling and alive. Students in black robes are strutting down the corridor, and one of them points out the crowd from the Tower of the Black Turtle. It's like a magical Hogwarts reunion, but with extra mystique. Our main character isn't fazed by their presence, but those intense stares? Yeah, they're a bit unsettling. It's like being eyed by a pack of curious wolves. Flashback time. Nobles are kind of a big deal here, and commoners usually have two choices: keep their distance or face them head-on. It's a classic case of fight or flight. As our character ponders the situation, someone warns another to stop staring, mentioning a mysterious warden-ass. But hey, even a noble house can't mess around in the academy, right? Tensions are high and eyes are sharper than ever. The scene opens with a student walking alongside a red-haired girl, deep in thought. He's worried that acting too friendly might backfire on him. Classic overthinker vibes. Next, we see them join a group of students gathered on a lush campus lawn. The atmosphere is buzzing with anticipation as they wait for something or someone. Suddenly, a student with dark hair perks up, wondering if the professor has arrived. The suspense is real, folks. Our story zooms in on a vibrant red-haired student, eyes wide with excitement. She's decked out in her school uniform, ready for the new adventures that await her in this magical academy. The scene shifts to reveal the school's bizarre faculty, starting with a lich headmaster and a half-troll professor. With such an odd lineup, it seems anything is possible at this school. A group of students stands in awe, taking in the sights and the eccentricities of their magical school. Their expressions range from surprise to curiosity, each one ready for the adventure ahead. A burly dwarf stands confidently, and someone remarks, "But he's just a normal dwarf?" The dwarf introduces himself. "My name is Yurgulm Jelendar, but you can just call me Professor Yurgulm." Professor Yurgulm gestures towards an impressive building, saying, "I'm sure you're all thinking the same thing. We have such a majestic building." Gathered in a vibrant green clearing, a group of students listens intently. Their mission? To learn about nature's mana. The setting is serene, but the lesson is crucial. One of the instructors, with an air of mystery and authority, raises a hand. To feel nature's mana, they declare, emphasizing how vital it is to understand nature's forces for alchemy. A burly, curious student looks on, puzzled but intrigued. The scene zooms into another character, who seems astounded by the revelation. Their expression says it all. This lesson is more intense than expected. The gang's all here, hanging out in the woods. Our blue-haired dude seems a bit indecisive, asking, "What do you think?" Meanwhile, the redhead and the bearded wonder stand by, pondering the situation. The dwarf-like guy jumps in with a cheeky grin, maybe because it's a good place to gather materials. And just like that, our blue-haired friend lights up. Ah, correct. Someone's on fire today. With a chuckle, the bearded guy throws a compliment at the silver-haired student, calling them smart ironhead. Oops, new student. Someone's got a nickname already. Our silver-haired mystery looks away, a little blush creeping in. What's going on behind that blurred face? Intrigue levels are off the charts. A cheerful student with blue hair reassures a red-haired classmate, telling her not to feel rivalry over his correct guess. He calls for everyone's attention. The scene shifts to a bearded instructor, surrounded by alchemical symbols and tools, who reveals that they're gathered to learn the most vital requirement for alchemy. The instructor confidently anticipates the students' thoughts, suggesting they believe that exceptional intelligence and precise magic control are key for alchemy. Meet our red-haired protagonist who's just chilling, minding her business. But wait, what's this? She's suddenly caught off guard by a booming voice declaring, "High material collection." The source of the chaos? A wild, bearded man who's as loud as he looks. Our heroine's face screams, "What just happened?" as she processes the unexpected encounter. Under the bright sky, a teacher is hyping up Roland, the brains of the operation with a knack for magic finesse. The students stand around, probably wondering what's next on the agenda. Red-haired student looks puzzled, asking what they're actually doing there. The teacher, with a burst of enthusiasm, announces they're on a material collection mission. Adventure time, anyone? The scene opens with a red-haired character, eyes wide open in shock, as if they've just heard the most unbelievable news ever. The lush academy grounds, a bearded professor advises a white-haired character that cultivating or requesting materials is possible, but hints that gathering them might not be the top skill. All right, we got a serious showdown happening. Our main guy is getting grilled by a green-haired dude. This guy's got some serious issues, calling out our hero for not being able to produce even 10% of the materials needed. The heat is on. The green-haired guy ain't holding back, saying our main dude can't even cultivate 10% of the materials by himself. Ouch! As if things couldn't get worse, he's also saying that the purchased materials are completely useless. This is not looking good for our hero. The scene opens with a group of folks, all eyes on a bearded guy who's clearly the guru here. He's dropping some wisdom bombs about alchemy, saying the real secret sauce is knowing how to snag your own materials. Our bearded sage coughs a bit, but he ain't stopping. He drives home the point. If you can't gather your own stuff, becoming a top-tier alchemist is just a pipe dream. Two youngsters, with eyes wide and minds blown, nod in agreement. They've just had their crash course in Alchemy 101, and it seems like it's sinking in. All right, time to roll up those sleeves. The group is tasked with fetching some mysterious material. Seems like things are getting serious. Welcome to Enro, a place dripping with prestige, but also steeped in some not-so-great gossip. What's the real story here? The corrupted grass sounds like something straight out of a fantasy novel. It's key for making antidotes, and Yoner is in the hot seat. Has he dealt with this tricky stuff before? Chilling on a bench, our dynamic duo is deep in conversation. The blue-haired guy casually mentions using something before enrolling, while the red-haired girl listens intently. But hold up, there's a rumor that people died while learning magic. Spooky, right? Mr. Bluehair seems a bit skeptical, questioning if it's just a rumor. But things get intense as he realizes there's more to this than meets the eye. The forest setting adds an eerie vibe, and Red-Hair's curiosity is piqued. What's the deal with this magic training? The scene opens with a character pondering about her Imperial Highness, hinting at intrigue and perhaps a touch of anxiety. Two characters are sitting on a rock, chatting about the princess. One seems unfazed by her strictness, focusing on their simple task of finding herbs. A hand gesture reveals that time is slipping away, and they might already be late for something important. We see a group of students gathered, and it looks like the princess has already formed her team, leaving others surprised. All right, so we got a lively school scene where a group of students is having a chat. One of them mentions someone being the icon of the class, and our dark-haired friend chuckles, saying it's because they're acing English all the time. Meanwhile, a bubbly girl with bright yellow hair adds her 2 cents to the conversation. Now, spotlight on this girl with flowing silver hair and piercing blue eyes, surrounded by flowers like she's in a dream. She's giving off major queen bee vibes, clearly someone everyone looks up to or follows in school. Chillin' in his room, Gainando's got this sneaky feeling someone's chatting about him. What's up with that vibe? Meanwhile, outside, the squad's buzzing about team-ups. Only the Black Turtle students are still in the game. What's next? One student's deep in thought, weighing the risks. It's all good if folks aren't fans, as long as the squad's got the power moves. The scene opens with a close-up of a badge hanging from a belt. The badge has an intricate emblem, hinting at something important. Who could this person be? A glimpse of a character with striking white hair, looking contemplative. The air is tense, and it's clear something big is about to happen. Turning around, the character is fully revealed. Someone exclaims, "It's her!" The air is charged with recognition and surprise. The name Nilia of the Tower of the Black Turtle appears, casting an aura of mystique and authority. This is no ordinary person. A team is on a mission, discussing the challenge of finding corrupted grass. They're swinging through the forest, determined to complete their task. One character, holding a mysterious blue rose, dismisses any difficulty. "What? It's not hard at all," they say confidently, knowing the area like the back of their hand. With a smirk and a sparkle in their eyes, the character declares, "The forest is basically my playground." Clearly, this adventure is in good hands. With a smirk and a flick of confidence, this character declares, "I was surprised because there were a lot of skilled freshmen. But it's my stage now. Got it?" Clearly, someone's ready to own the spotlight. As the tension rises, there's a sudden ahem from the side. Our character shifts focus, eyes wide, curious about the interruption. Enter two new faces. The bold one with fiery red hair introduces herself. "Hello, I'm Yoner of House Meccan. Imleon, it's nice to meet you." Back to our main character, they ponder the girl is a noble. And who's the guy? With a hint of skepticism, they ask, "What do you want?" In a lush forest setting, two figures approach a mysterious cloaked individual, asking, "Won't you traverse the mountain with us?" The cloaked figure seems surprised, as indicated by their expression. A close-up reveals the cloaked character with striking white hair and a confident demeanor, demanding, "What's your real plan?" Huh? The tension is palpable. As the night descends, the cloaked character, now visibly frustrated, declares, "All nobles are the same." They accuse the others of seeing people as pawns, questioning how this situation will be any different, leaving everyone in a thoughtful silence. The scene opens with a tense vibe. A character with red hair is being warned about the dangers of wandering alone because, monsters might just crash the party. Things heat up as another character, who's not too keen on help, asks, "Could I ask why?" Meanwhile, the mysterious figure with striking eyes seems to know something unexpected. And bam! The revelation hits. How did he know? A question hangs in the air. Even the forest seems to pause as the characters face off, with an underlying hint that something bigger is brewing. Deep in the forest, our protagonist is having a heart-to-heart with a giant, shadowy monster creeping up behind them. They're pondering the logistics of collecting and transporting materials, and it's clear they're in a sticky situation. Our scene shifts to a white-haired character blushing furiously, as a red-haired girl and a blue-haired guy assure him he's not dumb enough to think he could handle it all solo. The embarrassment is real, folks. The white-haired character lets out a frustrated sigh, admitting, "I really don't know. It seems like this mystery is getting to him." Our silver-haired friend, looking a bit flustered, shouts, "Shut up. I'll go with you guys, all right?" Clearly, someone's not thrilled about the plan, but is going along anyway. Classic peer pressure. The redhead, with a sly grin, chimes in, "I knew you were smart." Meanwhile, their blue-haired companion is all pumped up, exclaiming, "Then let's go." There's a humorous side note about house homework that's got everyone wondering, what the hell do they teach in house homework? In a lush forest setting, we see a character with striking white hair, looking focused and ready for action. She's got this intense vibe, like she's about to show off some serious skills. With a swift and graceful leap, she launches herself from a branch, showcasing agility that would make a ninja jealous. Two onlookers watch in awe from below, clearly impressed. One observer, a red-haired girl with wide blue eyes, exclaims in surprise, realizing she's witnessing an experienced hunter in action. She asks her companion how he noticed it. All right, so we've got our main dude with blue hair and glasses analyzing some pink hairpins. He's musing about a girl who seems to use these pins a lot, hinting at something deeper about her habits. Enter the mysterious white-haired character with red eyes, rocking a vibe that screams, "I know things you don't." Our blue-haired guy feels something strange about him. And honestly, who wouldn't with that intense stare? Alright, so we've got this dude who seems to have a knack for reading people like an open book. He's talking about a Shadow Patrol insignia on someone's waist, like he's just cracked a mystery. Pretty slick, right? Now, one of them, with a bit of a cheeky grin, asks another if they were eavesdropping. The response? A quick denial. Meanwhile, the red-haired one suggests they all stick together and match their pace. Teamwork makes the dream work, am I right? The silver-haired character isn't too thrilled about the whole "let's go together" thing. With a defiant look, they're all like, "Why should I?" Classic lone wolf vibes, refusing to blend in with the pack. The elf character is visibly frustrated, unable to talk back, and lets out an ugh in annoyance. Clearly, something's got him all riled up, but words just aren't coming out. Now, the scene shifts to a curious conversation. Someone's questioning another character about their past, wondering if they're from a knightly lineage. It's like a mini interrogation, and the curiosity is through the roof. Finally, the revelation hits. The character in question is noted for their well-built frame, hinting at a knightly heritage. But wait, what's a knight doing in the Blue Tower? The plot thickens. The scene kicks off with a teacher revealing some unexpected news. He's talking about an opportunity to get close to someone from an old friend. This definitely catches the listener off guard. Cut to a shocked reaction. The student is totally flabbergasted, exclaiming, "Wardana?" Clearly, this isn't just any ordinary opportunity. The scene unfolds with a confident young man standing firmly on the ground, declaring, "I'm in charge of protecting you all." Meanwhile, a mysterious figure casually lounges on a tree branch, questioning what trouble might arise if they fall. The mysterious figure, perched like a curious cat, eyes the young man and remarks on his knight-like physique. They're curious about why someone with such a background is at the Blue Tower, hinting at an intriguing story behind his presence. A shocking revelation hits like a thunderbolt. The young man is identified as a warden by another character, who reacts with wide-eyed surprise. The plot thickens as everyone grapples with this unexpected twist. In the midst of a bustling school day, our main character is suddenly confronted with a mysterious figure, questioning something about their family. Whoa. So what if you're from Wardina's family? What about it? Echoes from a shadowy figure perched on a tree, adding an air of mystery and challenge. Our protagonist, clearly taken aback, is joined by a fiery redhead who adds, "Is there a problem with my family?" The redhead seems to know some juicy gossip. Wardina's has some really crazy ones. Just when you thought it couldn't get weirder, a revelation drops like a bomb. The patriarch of the Wardina's family is a dragon. Cue dramatic music. He burned all of the undead with his breath during the Undead Frenzy incident. Talk about a hot mess. The bloodline of the Wardina's family made contracts with ancient spirits. Thanks to these, they got supercharged but lost their emotions in the process. Power with a price. The Wardina's family is merciless. They've got the whole no mercy thing down to an art form. That's really crazy. It's like an image of a monster that destroys everything whenever anything happens. Someone's clearly shook by this powerhouse family. In the lush greenery of the forest, a red-haired student is cheerfully chatting with a friend who's clearly stressed out. She's all about making him feel better, telling him not to sweat the small stuff. Meanwhile, perched on a tree, a mysterious person watches them with interest. Our silver-haired observer with those enchanting purple eyes is deep in thought, questioning the oddities of the situation. Is there something more to these two than meets the eye? As the scenery shifts to a breathtaking mountain view, our stressed-out friend is told to quit the whining and keep walking. They seem to have a journey ahead. The scene closes with a captivating title, setting the stage for a magical school adventure. The vibe screams enchantment and mystery. A mysterious figure is soaring through the air, cloak billowing dramatically. Meanwhile, two unsuspecting individuals are on the path below, completely unaware of the acrobatics happening above them. The airborne figure is none other than a sharp-eyed character with striking pink eyes, looking intensely at something that caught their attention. Landing with style, Our pink-eyed hero finds themselves face-to-face with two companions who seem caught off guard. "Wait a minute," one of them says, clearly puzzled by the sudden arrival. Leading the group through the bushes, our main character gestures for everyone to follow. "Look over here," they say, eyes sharp and focused on the task. Reaching the destination, they point out massive footprints on the ground. "Something big passed by this place," they explain, noting the creature's attempt to cover its tracks. The white-haired character, with those striking elf ears, is wondering about something mysterious and well-trained. What's got them so curious? The red-haired character is being super polite, trying to seem interested. But really, they're just like, "Wow, I see." Our curious friend realizes they've been talking to themselves again. Our elf-eared protagonist is having a moment of reflection, reassuring someone with, "No, it's okay." They're just trying to fit in, feeling like an outsider in this whole village scene. Enter the dark-haired mystery person, asking if there's more to the story. The white-haired one is caught off guard, eyebrows raised. Surprise! The white-haired character is left speechless, staring into the distance, completely flustered. The scene opens with a pair of curious adventurers kneeling on the ground. One of them, with silver hair and a blurred face, is intrigued by something they've found. The other, sporting dark hair and a cloak, is equally captivated, asking, "Can it be interesting to me?" As the tension builds, Silver Hair stands up, cheeks flushed with excitement or perhaps embarrassment, and warns, "In any case, you should be careful when you spot things like that." Zooming in on the ground, we spot some massive footprints. The dark-haired character muses about the mystery, noting, not only does it have huge footprints, but it's hard to guess what might appear in the place after all. The scene opens with a trio of monsters, including a massive horned beast and a snake-like creature, discussing the chaos caused by something attracting more monsters to the area. It's clear that whatever's going on, it's a big deal. The dark-haired character, whose face is blurred, seems to be deep in thought, possibly contemplating experiments or strategies. There's a sense of urgency and intrigue. Next, we see a red-haired character and the same dark-haired character discussing a change of plans. They're planning to follow some tracks to avoid an ambush. Gotta stay one step ahead. The dark-haired character approaches someone with pointed ears, asking if they can learn to read something on their own. This person seems surprised by the question. The conversation continues with the dark-haired character being told that learning won't be easy and they might give up. But they're determined, promising to give it their all if taught. The sound of footsteps echoes as someone stomps with determination, letting out a defiant humph. A confident character with short, gray hair and sharp eyes challenges. "Let's see you try it then," as leaves swirl around them, adding to the dramatic flair. Hands delicately reach down to examine some unique purple mushrooms sprouting from the earth, like they just discovered buried treasure. The red-haired character holds a couple of those purple beauties, musing about the small haul. But hey, hope's not lost. With no more mushrooms in sight, the red-haired character suggests shifting the search elsewhere, on the hunt for more fungal friends. The red-haired character turns to their pals, puzzled by the radio silence. "What's up, team?" The scene opens with a girl sporting vibrant red hair and striking blue eyes, looking completely shocked. Her expression says it all. Something unexpected has just happened, and she's not ready for it. Next, we catch a glimpse of a mysterious creature on the move. The tension is rising as we see what seems to be a boar, but something's not quite right with this one. The suspense builds as the creature charges through the forest, leaving a cloud of dust in its wake. The atmosphere is charged with a mix of fear and curiosity. Finally, we see a group of students gathered, including our red-haired protagonist. They're discussing the creature, realizing that since it can detect mana, it's not just an ordinary boar, it's a monster. Everyone is on high alert. A giant creature looms over our heroes, who are looking up with expressions ranging from shock to determination. The tension is palpable as they try to figure out their next move. The main character, with a serious expression, considers the danger of the situation. He acknowledges the lack of other weapons and decides that his best bet is the magical staff he holds. The magic staff is revealed to have a nifty feature. It can change its size based on the user's desires. This could be the game changer they need. Our hero stands ready with the staff in hand, flanked by his companions. Their expressions show a mix of readiness and apprehension, signaling that the showdown is about to begin. White-haired character excitedly reveals, that's right, he's from a famous mage family. Meanwhile, a dark-haired character listens with an intense gaze. The scene shifts to a powerful magical aura encircling a figure, described as Woe, the Empire's greatest mage. The awe continues with he might even become the archmage in the future. A trio stands before a fiery backdrop as one of them asks, "Are you confident?" The response, laced with uncertainty, is a hesitant probably. The white-haired character, with a hint of humor, advises if you fail then just carry that red head and run. Under the canopy of trees, Red Hair is all like, "You're gonna use lightning to protect us?" Our boy, facing away, is like, "Chill, I got this. Only I can do it." Talk about confidence. In a dramatic shift, our boy stands ready, staring down something fierce. Someone off-panel goes, "Thanks. He'll count on you if that happens." Whoa, the tension's getting real. Enter the mysterious white-haired character, eyes like rubies. They're sweating, whispering, "Lihan Wardinas. Ominous much? What's about to go down?" All right, folks. We dive into the story with a glimpse of a significant moment. A mysterious character is reminiscing about their past, stating they were only 10 years old. What's this all about, you wonder? In the next scene, we see a sword enveloped in a mystical aura. The character achieved the level of Aegis, a huge deal, apparently. The vibes are serious as the narrative hints at something legendary. And here comes the twist. A young, wide-eyed character is asking how it's possible to reach such a level at that age. Next to him, a wise elder seems to have all the answers. What secrets will he reveal? A young dude with striking blue hair is chatting it up with someone, looking a bit unsure. He's probably asking, is this really going to work? Classic skepticism. Enter the wise old man with a beard, dropping some serious wisdom. He's all like, "Trust me, kid, I'm going to elevate you to the big leagues." His confidence is through the roof. Our blue-haired hero is now getting all fired up, literally. Energy is crackling around him as he gears up for some action. You can almost hear the dramatic music kicking in. The air crackles with energy as our hero leaps into the sky, sword shimmering, ready to strike. Boom! The attack lands with fiery intensity, leaving a trail of destruction. Two onlookers, one with striking silver hair and the other with vibrant red, watch in awe, their faces a mix of shock and admiration. The dust settles, revealing our hero standing triumphantly before a towering, defeated opponent. The creature, clad in dark armor, lets out a final, defeated growl. Our hero, cloaked in a dark cape, stands firm, a silent conqueror amidst the aftermath of battle. The scene opens with a colossal beast sprawled out on the ground, clearly taken down. A group stands nearby, likely the ones responsible for this unexpected triumph. The atmosphere is tense, yet impressive. Zoom in on two individuals, eyes wide, jaws dropped as they process what just happened. Their faces scream disbelief and confusion, adding a touch of humor to the scene. A voice echoes the incredulity of the moment. He stabbed it with a staff. Where's the magic? Clearly, something extraordinary and unexpected just went down, leaving everyone in awe. Check it out. The staff of Enro is so tough, it can be used in physical fights. You know it's real when it's that hardcore. Our mysterious hero stands tall, ready to wield the mighty staff. The only weapon chosen by the ancients, it's about to get real intense. Our story dives into a mysterious change that's all about survival in a strange, magical place. Our blurred-faced hero seems to be at the center of it all, hinting at a transformation that's about to shake things up. The title card pops up with a magical flair, reading something along the lines of magical school, the way of the wizard. It's setting us up for a journey through spells, schools, and sorcery. We find ourselves in a lush forest, where our characters are gathered around a fallen beast. It's like a scene straight out of a fantasy RPG, with adventure and danger lurking in every shadow. The scene unfolds in a lush forest where a blue-haired character is talking to a white-haired companion who seems to have taken down a beast. "You killed it," he remarks, clearly impressed or shocked. A red-haired girl, looking somewhat skeptical, wonders aloud if this is how their class should be, questioning the wisdom of allowing new students into such a daunting environment. Just as things seem to settle, a loud, mysterious noise erupts, causing the group to look up in surprise. Something's definitely about to shake things up. The scene opens in a lush garden where a red-haired girl, eyes shimmering with unshed tears, is clearly distressed. She's facing two figures, one with white hair partially obscured, while a dark-haired young man seems to be engaging with her intensely. A swift motion across the ground suggests someone is making a quick exit, or perhaps a chase is about to ensue. The tension in the air is palpable, as events seem to be spiraling into action. All right, so our scene kicks off with an elf sporting some serious purple eyes and silver hair, peeking through the bushes. Alongside are two companions, giving off total mystery vibes. They're scoping out some other folks. One of them spots a group of students just chilling on the path up ahead. It's like, hey, check those guys out. The elf and the crew decide to play it cool. With a little side eye, they suggest just watching for now. I mean, why jump in when the other group might already have it covered, right? The scene opens in Ashland backyard, where a mysterious figure stands confidently with a bat, ready for action. Who is this enigmatic person? A red-haired character, looking both surprised and curious, seems to recognize the figure, asking themselves, isn't he? The intrigue thickens. A sophisticated-looking gentleman is busy with his thoughts, wondering if he has ever advised someone more impressive. The room is richly decorated, hinting at nobility and luxury. The scene shifts outdoors where the gentleman is observing a young boy. He's pondering if this child can be trusted, especially since the kid seems to have picked up some sword skills. Intrigue is in the air. Standing tall, our protagonist declares, "I did this to you on purpose." A mysterious figure stands beside him, both looking down at something or someone, showing they're a solid team. Tension fills the air as they prepare for what's next. Suddenly, a wild boar bursts onto the scene with a fierce charge. Our hero, unfazed, gets ready to handle the situation. It's about to get wild. A massive explosion lights up the scene, sending shockwaves everywhere. Our hero, standing amidst the chaos, is confronted by an intimidating figure. The air is thick with tension as the battle rages on. The scene intensifies as the hero is thrown back by a powerful strike, crashing into the ground with a thunderous impact. The fight is far from over as determination burns in their eyes. In a sunlit clearing, a wild boar stands menacingly, facing off against a mysterious figure. The tension is palpable as the ground seems to vibrate with the creature's intensity. A hand shoots out in a commanding gesture, halting the attention of two blurred figures, suggesting authority and control in the midst of chaos. With a flourish, a confident figure steps forward, exuding elegance and resolve, as if ready to take charge of the situation. The scene shifts to a moment of anticipation. A red-haired character points out that the princess has stepped up, challenging Li Han to take action. A lone figure stands silently, lost in thought. The scene is peaceful, with the breeze rustling through the leaves, adding to the mystery of what's on his mind. Meanwhile, a character with flowing silver hair encounters a creature. It's a tense moment, as the creature seems curious yet cautious. The silver-haired individual stands firm, as if accustomed to such encounters. Our silver-haired character is deep in thought, determined to make something perfect. There's a sense of urgency as they clutch a paper, hinting at an important task ahead. The resolve in their eyes tells a story of past challenges and future ambitions. The scene bursts with chaos as a massive bear charges forward, letting out a fierce squeak. It's a wild showdown, and the tension is high. Enter our silver-haired heroine, eyes sharp and focused, wielding a weapon with determination. She's not backing down from this roaring challenge. The bear, massive and intimidating, seems ready to pounce. The standoff is intense, and the air is thick with anticipation. What's going to happen next? The scene opens with a close-up of a character, showing just enough to tease us with mystery. Who could this person be? The suspense is real. Next, we see a trio walking together in the forest. The atmosphere is friendly, but there's a hint of anticipation. One character emphasizes the importance of receiving a reward, highlighting teamwork. They're relying on each other, and the stakes feel high. A dramatic moment unfolds as a character calls out, "Lihan Wardinas." The tension is palpable, and the forest backdrop only adds to the intrigue. Who is Lihan, and why is this moment so significant? In a lush green setting, our white-haired character assures another, "There's no need for you to worry about it, princess." Nothing like a little chivalry in the air. Meanwhile, a red-haired observer wonders, why so formal? Aren't we all just classmates here? Seems like someone's caught up in the royal vibes. The dark-haired character, feeling grateful, promises, "It'll definitely pay you back for your help today," and quickly asks for a favor. Things are getting interesting. Our white-haired friend, ever so gracious, responds with, "Please go ahead." Looks like someone's about to call in a favor. The scene opens with a character deep in thought, questioning, what does he want from me? Clearly, something's got her spooked or curious. Her speculation continues as she wonders if it's all about getting good results easily. She's not buying whatever they're selling. All right, so we've got our mysterious character standing there, pondering life's most confusing questions like, what does he mean? And is he testing me? Clearly, something's brewing, and it ain't your morning coffee. Enter another character, looking all official and serious. They drop some words that add to the mix of confusion. I said to him, and he said to me. A classic case of he said, she said, leaving us all guessing. Someone's feeling the chills, and not in a good way. There's something ominous hanging in the air, and our character can't shake off this creepy vibe. As they walk further, the tension amps up. Each step feels heavier, and the surroundings seem to close in. It's like the shadows are alive, ready to jump out at any moment. In the mystical alchemy class, our bearded teacher kicks things off with a bang. He's got that classic wise look, complete with glasses and a mane of brown hair. Standing beside him is our blue-haired protagonist, looking all sorts of curious. The teacher's voice booms, it's the alchemy class, and you can just feel the anticipation in the air. Our hero is deep in thought, reminiscing about the disasters of his past attempts. You know, he's thinking, here we go again. Our blue-haired protagonist is outside, pondering over the alchemy class. He's got this thoughtful look as he clutches his bag, thinking, am I ready for this? His eyes reveal a mix of anxiety and determination. He's reflecting on his past, and you can almost hear him think, no longer the newbie, but still got a lot to learn. All right, so we've got this character oozing confidence, saying, I think that's definitely possible with passion and love. You can almost feel the motivational vibes radiating off the page. In the next panel, another character jumps in. I knew you'd think like that. It's like they're totally in sync, sharing a moment of understanding. Then, in the final image, our main character is all about action. Listen, it'll help you get that passion and love. But there's a catch. They have to deal with other courses too. Classic multitasking dilemma. As the scene unfolds, a group of students is having a chat. One of them, sporting dark hair, is feeling a bit envious, but his companion quickly tells him not to be jealous over such trivial matters. Seems like the Wardinia family is quite the hot topic. The focus then shifts to a mysterious figure with long brown hair, who seems pretty satisfied. They're letting out a confident sigh, probably after a successful day in the wild. With a massive boar lying defeated in the background, this hunter with brown hair is ready to set up camp. Meanwhile, our dark-haired friend looks on in disbelief, clearly impressed by the hunting prowess displayed. Back to the students, one of them reveals that, unfortunately, other groups weren't as lucky in their hunting expeditions. No boar encounters for them. It looks like the brown-haired hunter was in the right place at the right time. The bearded guy with the serious look throws a curveball at the crew. Did you think I only wanted you guys to look for herbs? He challenges with a sly smirk. As they stroll through the forest, he continues, explaining that today's mission is all about dealing with unexpected situations. It's not just a walk in the park, folks. Meanwhile, a trio faces off against a beastly boar. Our guide enlightens them. An alchemist needs to be able to respond to all sorts of situations. Looks like herb picking just got a lot more intense. In the bustling corridors of a school, we see a trio of students looking smug and confrontational. One of them, with a devilish grin, asks, "Do you blockheads understand?" With a vibe that's anything but friendly. The atmosphere screams tension as someone mutters under their breath, "Fucker. Oh, it's about to go down?" Meanwhile, away from the chaos, a scene unfolds in a serene setting. A red-haired girl with bright blue eyes is inquiring about a doko herb, asking if it's not needed. Her expression is a mix of curiosity and concern, hinting that this herb might be more important than it seems. Back to the school dynamics. The students are now in a huddle, discussing their hard-earned find. "We went through so much to get it," one says as they stand together, proudly united. The red-haired girl nods, adding, "The three of us found it together. This herb must be something special, given the effort they put in." The bearded dude is totally shocked, like, "What? I didn't think you guys would find it." Clearly, something unexpected just went down. The scene shifts to a group of students, and we hear the words, "You guys pass." Turns out, they're the first ones to ace this test. Big win for the squad. As the scene unfolds, a group of students stands awkwardly, confronted by a strict-looking individual who bluntly tells them they are not allowed to attend the class. The tension is palpable, and one can almost hear the collective gulp. Cut to our protagonist, who, with a mix of disbelief and resignation, confesses his inner turmoil with a simple, "I'm screwed." His expression says it all, caught between a rock and a hard place. Hannah, with a spark in his eyes, declares he'll do his best in the alchemy class, fulfilling his longtime dream. A determined spirit, ready to embrace the challenge. A bearded observer notes Hannah's maturity, a rare trait for someone his age. It's like spotting a unicorn at a dog show. Unexpected, but impressive. Hannah, impressed by the girl's bravery in taking down a boar and snagging a horn, offers her a special privilege. What could it be? The suspense is real. Drumroll, please. The special privilege is access to Hannah's cabin near the forest for the whole semester. It's like winning the jackpot for a nature lover. All right, picture this. A bearded guy with eyebrows that could probably bench press a truck is pointing at a cute little house. What's the deal here? Is this the setup for some epic adventure, or maybe just a barbecue? Our young hero is totally confused, like when you walk into a room and forget why you're there. He's thinking, chores? Seriously? What kind of medieval cleaning spree are we talking about? The bearded dude does a dramatic cough, realizing he's left everyone hanging. "Oops, let me clear that up," he seems to say, as he sets the stage for some revelation. "Gather round, kids." The bearded man drops the ultimate truth bomb on our young hero and a red-haired girl. "What do new students crave?" he asks. The answer? It's not wisdom or friendship. It's the good OL food. You might not be feeling it now, but give it a week, and you'll be all in. This mysterious character is dropping some life advice, letting someone know they'll eventually settle in. Surviving on just a rice ball and a loaf? Yeah, that's rough, buddy. Someone's contemplating the struggle of living on such meager rations. In a town where all the kids are nobles, the stakes are high. Our guy is surrounded by privilege, making survival even trickier. But wait, there's a twist. Turns out there's a cabin stocked full of fresh ingredients. Someone's been holding out on us. All right, so we got this bearded dude looking like he just discovered the holy grail of produce. He's super hyped about these new fruits and veggies in another world. You can almost hear his excitement through his bushy beard. Meanwhile, there's this young guy, eyes wide open, trying to wrap his head around what he just heard. And boom, he's dreaming of a glorious buffet spread. A smorgasbord of deliciousness lighting up his imagination. All right, we got someone flexing their alchemy skills, claiming to be the absolute best. They're all like, "Can you even keep up with my mad skills?" while holding up what seems to be a potion. The confidence is real, folks. Title drop. Looks like we're diving into a magical school setting. The title reads something like How to Survive as a Mage in Magic School. Get ready for some enchanted antics. After a wild day, led by their eccentric professor, students scatter, vowing never to attend his class again. It seems like they barely escaped the forest unscathed. One student strolls along, lost in thought. He's no longer shocked by the school's antics. Seriously, what kind of place is this? Our main guy's deep in thought, realizing there's something more pressing on his mind. Check out this quaint little house, bathed in sunlight and surrounded by nature. It's like something out of a fairy tale. The river sparkles as sunlight kisses the water, creating a picture-perfect scene of tranquility. A horse-drawn carriage makes its way up the path, heading straight for the charming house. What's the rush? Somebody's about to get their rations. All right, so there's this student looking all serious in his school uniform, standing in the middle of a forest. He's got that look like he's about to tackle something big. Our guy is staring down at this massive beast, thinking, I learned how to dismantle an animal from a book, but solo? Not sure about that. Then, he turns to his red-haired friend, calling out for a little backup, Lee Han. The red-haired friend, rolling up their sleeves, is all like he'll help out as well. Teamwork makes the dream work, right? In a shady grove, we find a blue-haired character expressing concern. You don't look so well. Will you be okay? Our red-haired friend, not to be outdone, replies with a request. Oh, of course, could you give me some meat in return? A white-haired character, with an air of skepticism, chimes in, Are you guys really going to dismember it? Don't nobles have no experience doing things like this? Clearly, someone's not impressed with their dismemberment skills. With an air of mystery, one character utters, Well, don't you want to eat some meat? The tension builds as the question hangs in the air. What's cooking, folks? The air is thick with tension as one character seems to be taken aback, an exclamation escaping them. Something intense just went down. Zooming in, we see a character with white hair, eyes shut tight, sweat pouring down. They're definitely feeling the pressure here. And just like that, the scene shifts outside. Our white-haired protagonist, now composed, strides confidently, vowing to showcase what a hunter can truly do. Let's see what they've got. Nilia is standing confidently, showcasing her expertise. Beside her is Yoner, who seems equally impressive, coming from a family known for handling materials. They're like the dynamic duo, ready to take on anything. The scene shifts to a grassy area where a professor hands over some equipment. Our mysterious character politely thanks the professor, gearing up for what's next. The scene opens with a group of adventurers standing around a massive beast laid out on a tarp. One of them, with a determined tone, asks, Shall we start then? Signaling the beginning of their mysterious task. A sharp-eyed character with striking white hair and a cool vibe seems intrigued by the proceedings, casting a curious glance over at the task at hand. Another character, seemingly impressed, thinks to himself about the surprising skills on display, wondering if such techniques are taught in the weapons family. Finally, a red-haired character, looking a bit flustered, announces that they've removed the skin and explains the next steps, separating out the lean meat to hang on wooden branches. The task is not for the faint-hearted, that's for sure. All right, hey, race the deal. We got some intestines, and we're turning them into sausages. Definitely not something you want to toss out, right? Our main guy, with a serious look, is all about making sure these sausages last. He's got a plan to preserve them, and he's fanning away. Enter the observer, who's pretty impressed with the smoking technique. Are you smoking them? That's pretty good, he says with a nod of approval. The other character, rocking some serious facial hair, gets real about the reality of spoilage. No matter how cool the weather might be, it's bound to decompose eventually, he warns. Better safe than sorry. Our story kicks off with a bearded dude who's clearly had some serious thoughts. He's all about how choosing to smoke it is an amazing decision. What's he smoking? No clue, but he's definitely committed. Next up, we have a blue-haired guy chilling by the campfire, looking a bit stunned. He's all like, it's almost suspicious, but I can't stop staring. The fire's crackling, and he's thinking he's smoking meat like that. Back to the bearded guy. He's got that epic face of this is beyond my expectations. Whatever's going down, it's blowing his mind. And here is a wider shot. Our bearded friend is having a moment, while two other characters, a white-haired and a red-haired one, are just casually observing. They're sitting on a bench, probably wondering what's in that smoke. The scene opens with a mysterious person asking a bearded man, "Are you hungry?" The bearded man, looking like he just got out of a fantasy epic, says he's indeed a little hungry. Seems like a cooking session is about to go down. Next, we see the mysterious person and the bearded man getting their chef vibes on. The mysterious person holds a pan over a roaring fire, while the bearded man stands by, ready to dive into whatever culinary adventure awaits. Meanwhile, a red-haired girl is in shock, her eyes wide open as she spots the bearded man from afar. She's probably wondering what kind of magic stew is being whipped up this time. A mouth-watering spread of food is on display, complete with a special gift of jam. Someone's ready to dig in and enjoy this scrumptious meal. Hey, race, a bearded fellow, clearly thrilled with the feast. He's got a loaf of bread and some meat, looking like he's about to have the best meal of his life. The scene shifts to a professor and a young student. The professor is savoring the jam with pure delight, while the student excitedly agrees on its deliciousness. All right, so we have our red-haired dude facing off against some seriously sketchy dish. He's not thrilled, and honestly, who could blame him? He's all like, "What in the world am I eating? The texture's a nightmare, yikes." Now zoom out to this cozy little gathering outside. Everyone's chilling around a table, surrounded by nature. It's the perfect spot for a meal, if only the food wasn't so strange. Ah, the joys of good food, and even better company. Everyone's basking in the moment, savoring each bite and each other's presence. What's this? A couple of bags just chilling on the grass. Looks like there's more to the feast than meets the eye. With bellies full and satisfaction in the air, a red-haired character and another with a blurred face sit pondering the fate of the leftover meat. The struggle of food coma is real. All right, we've got two folks here, chilling and peering into the distance, looking a bit puzzled. What's caught their attention? Suddenly, a new character pops up with a wild idea. Share whatever they're looking at with the students in their tower. Bam! A bright flash of realization hits our duo. You can almost hear the gears turning in their heads. The blue-haired dude is caught off guard when the redhead suggests selling meat. When did I say that? He wonders. Classic mix-up moment. Most students in the Blue Dragon's town are rolling in dough, so that's not an issue. Someone's musing over this, scratching their head like... Suddenly, there's a fiery scene. Two guys are caught in a blaze, and someone wonders, is that how all nobles roll? We meet two new characters. A guy aiming to earn big and live large, and a girl who wants to climb the ranks quickly. But our main character, Hilla, is totally out of the loop on this. A group is hanging out by a picnic table, and one of them is shocked, asking if the others are really going to sell something for cash. This is getting interesting. Now, the focus shifts to the mysterious character with silver hair and pointy ears. They're asked if they want it on the deal, but they're all like, "Nah, just going to gift them to my pals." Sounds like a generous twist. A bearded guy with serious vibes jumps in, questioning if they're both serious about this selling business. He seems skeptical and maybe a bit grumpy. What's their plan, I wonder? Check it out. Our protagonist is sizing up this trio, and you can almost hear the gears turning in his head. He's thinking all three of them are probably trouble. Yeah, they sure look like they've got a knack for chaos. Our scene shifts to a chill bearded dude just lounging against a tree. Maybe he's seen a thing or two, or maybe he's just enjoying a nice nap in the sun. Either way, he's got that rugged adventurer vibe going on. Now we've zoomed out to this majestic castle-like building nestled in the mountains. Our protagonist is probably thinking, yep, looks like he'll be having a lot of headaches from now on. This place screams drama, doesn't it? The sun is casting a golden hue over a grand tower, nestled among lush greenery. It whispers secrets of times long past and guardians of old, setting a mysterious and adventurous tone for what's to come. The scene opens with two students, one with striking white hair and the other with long dark hair, standing in what looks like a serene garden. The white-haired student wrinkles his nose and asks, "What smell is this?" Clearly, something's caught his attention. Next up, we zoom in on the source of the enticing aroma, a juicy steak cooking on the grill. The meat sizzles, releasing plumes of smoke that spell deliciousness. Then, we meet the grill master, a confident-looking student with short hair, holding up a plate with the perfectly grilled steak. He grins and calls out to everyone, "Hey everyone, hungry?" Meanwhile, a red-haired student stands beside him, adding to the cheerful vibe. Finally, we swing back to the group of students, who are now sporting question marks above their heads. The white-haired student looks particularly perplexed, as everyone processes the unexpected barbecue invitation. The scene opens with a group of students, decked out in their school uniforms, looking all kinds of nervous. Sweat drops everywhere. What on earth are they witnessing? Someone steps up and demands to know what two people are doing. There's a buzz in the air like something's about to go down. The suspense is real. Then, a friendly face reassures everyone with a smile, telling them to chill and take a seat. They've got everything set up. The atmosphere eases up a bit, but curiosity is still piqued. Just as things seem to settle, there's a pause. One of the students, with a slightly dramatic flair, hints that there's more to the story with a mysterious however. What could it be? All right, folks. We have someone laying down the law with a price tag, 2 silver coins per person. That's right, magic school isn't a free ride. Our scene unfolds with 2 characters in traditional attire, savoring the deliciousness of their meal. One of them exclaims how it just melts in the mouth, marveling at the quality of the food. It's like they're having a little taste of heaven. The party's in full swing. A long table is packed with folks eagerly digging into a feast, chanting in unison, "Wary day Nagi May." Kin, it's a celebration, and everyone is vibing with the rhythm of the feast. Over at another corner, a red-haired character with a business-savvy air chats with a server. They're amazed at how they sold so much, even at triple the usual price. Clearly, these folks know how to turn a profit while keeping the good vibes flowing. In a dimly lit scene, a red-haired girl and a dark-haired guy are having a chat. She seems to have a light bulb moment, suggesting that it's all a win-win situation. Their expressions are all mysterious and kind of conspiratorial, like they've got some secret plan. A blonde guy, looking a bit disheveled and in need of caffeine, grumbles about the noise outside. He's clearly not a morning person and adds, "I'm starving." He's having one of those days where everything feels a bit too much. Suddenly, he's hit with a surprise. Plates of food appear, and he's all, "Huh? What's all this?" It's like his hunger's summoned a feast. The guy is shocked, but hey, free food is the best food. Blondie spots Gainando and is like, "Ah, Gainando, you're here too? Surprise, surprise." Our excited blonde friend is all, "Hurry up and eat." But wait, see, can I really have some? He's practically drooling. With a big grin, he digs in, exclaiming, "Thank you for the food." This dude's living his best life. Oh, drama alert. Someone's hand grabs his. What's going down now? The scene opens with a server in a sharp apron, looking ready to serve up more than just a meal. He's got that sparkle in his eye, like he's about to pitch a deal you can't refuse. Our blonde-haired noble is taken aback. "You're charging money?" he asks, eyeing the plate of food. The server is unfazed, pointing out that even nobles gotta pay. But our noble is strapped for cash. The server is all cool and collected, saying, well, that's not a problem. He's got a solution up his sleeve, and it doesn't involve washing dishes. Enter the credit contract. The server smoothly slides over a document. "Quill ready. Just sign here," he says, making this meal feel more like a business transaction. Amidst the golden hues of an afternoon, our protagonist stands face-to-face with someone named Lee Han. There's a mix of emotions, and the air feels thick with unspoken words. Suddenly, the scene turns dramatic. Our protagonist is taken aback, yelling in surprise as they fall. The moment is filled with a mix of shock and maybe a hint of embarrassment. Looks like someone was caught off guard. All right, so here we have our red-haired protagonist soaking in the warm vibes of friendship. A moment so pure, they're thinking, this must be what real friendship is. Meanwhile, their buddy strolls alongside, both in school uniforms, just living their best life. The scene shifts to an epic view of a grand castle with pointy towers reaching for the sky. The sun's shining bright, painting a perfect day. It's like a magical kingdom straight out of a fairy tale. The scene opens in a lavish classroom where sunlight streams through the windows, casting patterns on the polished floor. A group of students enters, their curiosity piqued by the opulent surroundings. One of them notices a book titled Basic Magic Personality Education and asks why this subject is on their syllabus, clearly puzzled by its relevance. Another student, with a confident air, questions the necessity of such a course for nobles, laughing at the absurdity. They're clearly not thrilled about having to learn something they believe is beneath them. I can't believe they can say all of this unironically. Our character is totally baffled by the seriousness of the conversation happening around them. It's like hearing someone speak in memes, and they're not even joking. Good morning, everyone. Suddenly, the atmosphere shifts, and our character is hit by a dramatic, almost theatrical, greeting. It's like a morning announcement, but with extra flair and drama. Our hero hears a mysterious voice and is visibly shocked, thinking, no way. Who, or what could it be? A glowing skull appears, cackling with energy and announcing, "Welcome, you fool." The tension skyrockets as the protagonist wonders if they're in a nightmare. All right, so we're in this classroom with an eerie vibe, and we got these two students just chilling. The room's got some serious ghostly feels with a floating skull just hanging around like it's normal. One of the students, with teal hair and a suit, is all like, "Hey, you look like you got something to eat?" It's like they're asking the skull for snacks. Classic. The skull, with its glowing green aura, isn't having it. It's like, for real? You really thought we'd just find food on our own? The other student, in a similar sharp suit, is pointing at the skull like he's making a solid argument. This back and forth is hilarious. They're treating the skull like it's their cafeteria buddy. A mysterious figure, cool and composed, stands emanating a fierce, glowing energy. He's clearly had enough, commanding everyone to stop their pointless chatter. With a confident glare, he utters UHP to punctuate his authority. The scene shifts to a wider view where the intensity of his power is palpable. The room is bathed in a supernatural glow, and he sarcastically congratulates the others for finally realizing something obvious. His disdain for their empty heads is palpable. The scene opens with a fiery skull engulfed in green flames, speaking ominously about the Blue Dragon's Tower. It mentions that despite new students arriving every year, the tower's performance has always lagged behind. As the narrative unfolds, we're introduced to a determined panda character sprinting through a bustling city. The panda is driven, ready to shake things up and prove that the Blue Dragon's Tower can rise to the occasion. Floating in the room like it owns the place, a ghostly green skull is all. To think you've already gotten used to things. Impressive. Someone's been catching on quick. Now zooming in on those spooky eyes, the ghost adds, "Of course, I'm well aware that it's like it's building up to something big." Boom. The ghost drops a bombshell. He's behind everything. Meanwhile, a student in a school uniform looks totally shook. Cool as a cucumber, the student sits at a desk. The ghost wants to make eye contact. What's the plan here? I knew he was different from the moment I saw him. There's something about him that just screams main character vibes, you know? To think someone as terrible as him came from that esteemed family. It's like a plot twist waiting to happen. The headmaster believes that flexibility and thinking freely are key traits for a magician. Of course, this means students are constantly thrown into chaos. It's like a magical boot camp. The scene opens in a dimly lit classroom with a mysterious vibe. One student, feeling bold, asks the headmaster about the purpose of the class. Meanwhile, a giant, ghostly skull looms in the background, as if it's listening in. Two students exchange glances, pondering over the headmaster's response. One of them seems to be in deep thought, trying to piece together the eerie puzzle presented before them. The headmaster cryptically explains that the class exists because of the strange careers its graduates pursue. The mysterious aura thickens as he hints at dark deeds connected to those who finish their studies there. Whoa, hold up! Our two students, a girl with striking green hair and a boy sporting blue locks, are caught off guard by something they definitely didn't see coming. A glowing entity pops up, throwing a curveball with a loaded question. Do you comprehend the power you wield? Talk about a plot twist. As the glow lights up the room, we glimpse a note marked registration. The entity hints at a secret of power linked to this class, and it's clear something big is about to go down. Are these students ready to handle it? Or are they in way over their heads? The scene is tense as a ghostly figure demands. Do you understand? You obey. Our young hero, with blue hair and a startled expression, nervously stammers, "Why, yes." Clearly, he's in over his head with this haunting presence. The ghostly voice continues its instructions, telling him to stop your book at end page 3. The young man is left looking at his book, bewildered and overwhelmed by the strange command. This situation just keeps getting weirder. In a classroom bustling with students, a mysterious, ghostly figure whispers something unsettling. One student, with dark hair and a sharp suit, looks startled and confused, thinking, "What?" As the scene shifts, majestic towers of a castle rise against the sky. Someone declares, "I will not cause harm to ordinary people with my magic." Yet, there's doubt in the air as they ponder. Does this even work? "I won't use magic to intimidate civilians," declares our mystery student, clearly setting some ground rules. But then a thought bubbles up. Is this really effective? The scene changes to a grand magical academy, with towering spires reaching for the sky. The student's declaration echoes again. "I won't use magic to intimidate civilians." But is it really effective? Boom! The title hits us with magical vibes, as we're about to dive into the magical school and its intriguing world. A swirling, dark energy appears with a simple, yet ominous "all right." What's about to go down? Our mysterious teacher, a spooky floating skull, hopes today's class helps everyone develop a kind heart. But hey, they need 2 volunteers. Who's brave enough? The students are not jumping at the chance. They're avoiding eye contact like it's a Monday morning meeting. Back to our brave student. Everyone's looking away, and he's thinking it does sound troublesome, but the teacher's spooky skull face gets a little intense. Won't you guys suffer more if no one steps up? It challenges. Our courageous student raises his hand. "I'll do it," he says, confident that there are benefits to this brave move. Face to face with the eerie floating skull, our brave student mutters an "oh" as he steps up. What's next for him in this magical adventure? A dark and ominous entity makes its presence known, taunting someone with a challenge. It's like saying, "You want to dance?" but with a lot more supernatural vibes. The scene shifts to a student with a blurred face, who's all about showing respect and offering help to a professor. But you gotta wonder, is it genuine or just sucking up? The entity isn't buying any flattery. It hates insincere talk. It's all about keeping it real, even if it's a spooky skull. Yet, this entity seems cool with humans being all opportunistic. It's like, hey, that's just how you roll, isn't it? Meanwhile, the student is trying to score brownie points for some positive benefits. Now we're in a classroom, and someone's getting grilled. One student is all panicky, asking how to make the right move. It's classroom drama at its finest. Things are heating up as another student tells Giangito to chill. They're working on something big, and emotions are running wild. The tension rises as the student realizes they need to step up and move. With determination in their eyes, they decide to join in too. It's go time. All right, we're in a magical courtroom where a slick character with glasses and a long, dark ponytail is making a grand gesture. Mr. Blonde in the background is looking puzzled. What's going on here? Boom! Enter the floating skull, throwing shade with a compliment about document skills. Our glasses-wearing hero is like, thanks for the props. Some drama. Someone's noticing our glasses-wearing friend and wondering if they're aiming for the same prize. Who's this mystery person anyway? Back to the courtroom. Our main character adjusts their glasses with a sparkle, catching the attention of another curious onlooker. Suspense is building. A mysterious character, face blurred, is showing gratitude, saying they're repaying some past help. What's the backstory here? Blondie steps in, saying there's no need for payback, but our glasses-wearing friend insists. This Dalkard family sure knows their math. The floating skull is back, happy about the good vibes, but there's something urgent needing attention. What's this pressing issue? The skull drops some heavy news. Student safety is at stake. It's all about keeping the peace before the next class rolls in. All right, picture this. A grand and majestic academy basking in the golden hues of a setting sun. The scene is set for some serious drama. Inside, we zoom in on a desk where someone's furiously writing. And this isn't just any scribbling. There's some serious, I won't forgive him energy going on. Somebody's in trouble. Our mystery writer is all fired up, literally. His eyes are blazing with determination and maybe a hint of rage. Whoever wronged him better watch out. With a clenched jaw and fiery eyes, he's seething. How dare he make us do something this unnecessary? Someone's clearly pushed the wrong buttons. Meanwhile, his buddy nearby looks on, concerned. He's not going to faint or anything, right? He wonders. The room's heating up with drama, quite literally. Then, out of nowhere, a ghostly skull appears, practically singing, "Use magic if you're so upset." Yeah, like it's that simple, right? But wait, they can't even manage basic spells like illuminate. How are they supposed to use writing magic? Talk about a magical dilemma. One of them muses, if he had a shred of conscience, he'd leave us a hint. Seems like they're dealing with a real puzzle master. Enter Wardinas, who's busy searching for something. Wardinas? What are you doing? Asks a curious bystander. Is he onto something? I'm looking for a sliver of hope. Wardinas replies, determined to find anything useful. Looks like the plot's thickening. Our story unfolds with a confident student declaring, "No one said we couldn't." They're in the headmaster's lecture hall, clearly up to something sneaky. His partner in crime adds a cheeky comment, "I guess stealing is all right once in a while." The plot thickens. Inside the grand lecture hall, the two seem a bit disappointed. Unfortunately, there's not much, one of them remarks. Suddenly, our main character gets a thoughtful look. Something's caught his attention. A drawer glows mysteriously, hinting at hidden magic or secrets waiting to be uncovered. He calls his friend over. "Ian, come here. I feel some mana." The excitement is palpable as Ian responds, "Really?" The duo gets closer, witnessing a magical phenomenon. The aura intensifies, suggesting something major is about to happen. Bam! A fearsome green skull emerges, radiating power. Our students are both awestruck and terrified. Our story unfolds with a student, eyes wide, questioning if this is illusion magic he's witnessing. The room's vibe screams mystery. And then bam! A mysterious entity pops up, dropping knowledge bombs about magic. It's like a lecture from Hogwarts, but cooler. The entity points out the first circle magic, basic control, sitting in a glowing book. It's like the ultimate cheat sheet for magic newbies. With a cryptic goodbye, then the entity vanishes, leaving the students with a glowing symbol and a room full of questions. One student clutches the book, eyes sparkling with disbelief. He's in full-on panic mode, yelling about not being ready for this magic biz. His friend, trying to be all Sherlock, suggests they take a chill pill and investigate. "Lehan?" he asks, raising the stakes. In a bustling room, two characters are in deep conversation. One of them seems caught off guard, saying "you," while the other sheepishly admits, sorry. I started without realizing." Classic case of jumping the gun. The scene shifts as we see our characters in a room preparing for some serious magic practice. A green dragon pops up, reminding us that this isn't your average study session. With determination in the air, they set the stage for practice. A quick pep talk, and the magic notes are ready to roll. But wait, there's a hint of tension. Oh, one of our magic enthusiasts is down for the count. "Ugh, I can't use any more mana," they lament, while the other offers some comforting words, "Rest a little." We dive deeper into our protagonist's thoughts. Magic is really difficult to use, they ponder, comparing the struggle to a circus act. And just like that, we're thrown into a wild visual metaphor, juggling rings and balancing on a unicycle. Yep, that sums up the magical chaos perfectly. But focus. A stern voice cuts through the chaos. "Focus, Lehan. Time to get serious, folks." The scene transitions back to reality, with our characters standing in front of a desk, surrounded by an array of items. The glow of determination lights up their face. Picture this. You're thrown back to those nail-biting last minutes before your homework was due. Yeah, we've all been there, right? Suddenly, we're in this mystical whirlwind of floating feathers and glowing pens. It's like Hogwarts met a stationery store. Our main guy, in school uniform, is in full hero mode, shouting move, as he commands his magical pen. Talk about writing under pressure. The pen, glowing with energy, seems to heed his call. It's like he's channeling some serious power. A mysterious blue aura surrounds a pen, with one character pointing at it like he's in a wizard duel. Meanwhile, another character, sporting glasses, looks on in shock or perhaps awe. Inside a classroom, things are getting wild. The pen is floating, and one character is trying to keep cool, planning to move it slowly. But there's an air of unpredictability. The pen is on the move, zipping through the air with a magical blue trail. Someone's eyes are wide open, tracking this rogue pen's flight like it's the ultimate game of Quidditch. Now, the pen is making a dramatic dive towards the floor, leaving behind a trail of blue light. It's a magical spectacle with a hint of chaos. Back to the character with the wand, looking a bit puzzled. The buddy with glasses seems to be contemplating the situation, maybe questioning the magic skills on display. Outside, the mystery unfolds as the pen seems to have taken a detour through the window, ending up near a tree. The characters are left wondering what just happened. The title card appears, teasing a magical academy adventure. It's giving off those wizard school vibes, hinting at a story filled with spells and surprises. There's a scroll with mysterious writing, and a character is tasked with solving two magical problems. The stakes are rising, and it's time to see if they can master the magic. Alright, so our main character is trying to harness some serious magic energy here, focusing on a glowing pen. It's like trying to control a wild beast with a fancy writing tool. The dude gives it another go, channeling all his determination. You can almost hear the epic training montage music in the background. Now, the key is to concentrate on the pen. Easy, right? Just ignore the fact that it's glowing like a neon sign. Our little magical buddy pops in, giving a pep talk. You've got the skills. Let's finish this with some magic flair. It's like a coach hyping up an underdog team. Uh-oh, something's going down. A surprised face and that pen are causing quite a stir. What's happening next? Looks like things are heating up. The magical creature is pushing our hero to do something big. The tension is real, folks. Cut to an outside view, and we hear a dramatic no, echoing. Whatever just happened, it's got major consequences. Wardinas is absolutely flabbergasted. The new student just went for the headmaster. What a bold move. In the midst of the chaos, one student thinks it's the coolest thing ever, but his enthusiasm gets shut down real quick. Enter the mysterious green aura with a skull face, making cryptic comments. What on earth is going on here? Our main student approaches the headmaster, hoping to score some tips on controlling these ghostly vibes. Wardinas is impressed by the spell work, but it's tricky to control. That's some next-level magic. The headmaster gives a reassuring nod. Turns out, all new students face this struggle. Our story dives into a mystical showdown where a green, ghostly creature challenges our young hero, claiming he's lying about the spell's difficulty. The creature taunts him, saying it should only be manageable once or twice. The eerie figure continues, stating that those who struggle with control are of a special kind. It hints at some mysterious test awaiting the young man, urging him to figure it out. The young man, partially blurred but still composed, responds politely with a simple, "Is that so? Thank you." The creature seems a bit bored, remarking, "It's not fun making fun of this child." Our hero, ever determined, vows to practice more, his resolve unwavering. Yet the creature remains puzzled, thinking this one would react more. The young man looks on, unsure of the creature's intentions. And just like that, chaos erupts. Green energy swirls as more figures emerge, warning not to mess up this chance. The atmosphere is electrifying as tensions rise. Suddenly, a new challenger appears, catching everyone off guard. The young man is left in shock, wondering what just unfolded in this whirlwind of events. He never uses it when we need it, and yet he uses it to send us to the cafeteria? What's up with that? Our group seems a bit miffed as they shuffle towards their destination. Amidst the chatter, someone asks about Ison, who's apparently been sent off elsewhere. But no worries, she's just at the clinic for some magic fatigue. All's cool. Now we're in the cafeteria. The place is eerily empty. Guess everyone's already had their fill since it's way past lunchtime. Time to eat. It's the usual grub again. Rice balls and bread. Anyone? Not the most exciting meal, but hey, it's food. Our blurry-faced friend isn't complaining though. It's better than going hungry, and they got some smoked meat stashed away too. Smart move. As they settle down to eat, someone's watching. Who could it be? A mysterious silhouette lurks nearby. Boom! There she is, a girl with striking silver hair enters the scene, addressing our main character as Ward Demas. What's her deal? Wait a sec, it's the princess. What's she doing here, in the middle of this cafeteria scene? Her presence is turning heads. Our hero's a bit puzzled, asking, Princess, what are you doing here? Seems like this encounter wasn't on the agenda. With a touch of mystery, she hands over a scroll. Here's the data that you asked for last time. Looks like this meeting is more than just a surprise. Oh, check it. Our guy just got handed a list by a girl, and he's like, oh, this? Thank you, princess. Smooth moves, right? Suddenly, he's all about the moment. Something's definitely caught his eye. So, what's on that list? Basic understanding of alchemy, basic imperial linguistics, and basic ballroom dancing. Not exactly what he was expecting. Okay, but seriously, why is understanding of alchemy a hit? Our dude is baffled, thinking it's better than nothing. He's like, popular courses aren't what I need. And the girl? She's asking, what do you mean? Then it hits him. Popular courses equals lots of students equals easy good scores. Genus? Rut. He's totally onto something. The girl seems a bit stunned, pondering if that's the case. Our guy, all excited, exclaims, you really were looking for courses that will let you coast, weren't you? The child of wizards. Reflecting back, he admits at the time, I thought he really was noble-like. I thought wrong. Suddenly, there's a hand grab moment. What's happening here? Drama incoming. Amidst a dimly lit room, our protagonist is practicing basic magic, trying to perfect his skills. The aura of determination is palpable. The young mage receives a compliment from a princess, brightening his mood. He thanks her, feeling a bit more confident despite any self-doubt. With a silent gaze, the princess decides to leave, adding a touch of mystery to her character. Her departure leaves the mage in thoughtful silence. A picturesque scene of a tall, grand tower emerges. This place of wisdom and magic stands proudly against the lush green backdrop. Our protagonist strolls through the hallway, feeling a bit down. He laments that everyone declined his invitation to an event or lecture. A fellow student with curly blonde hair questions the purpose of attending an unpopular lecture, clearly skeptical of the idea. A cheerful red-haired student, with a smile and a bit of apology, explains that she's already occupied with another class, gently turning down the offer. Picture this. You're in the final countdown, the clock's ticking, and your homework is due any second now. Stressful, right? Suddenly, the scene shifts, and we see feathers swirling in a mystical dance, hinting at something magical about to happen. Our main guy, with a determined look, shouts move. As he channels a burst of energy, with a swift motion, he deflects something with his power, showcasing his skills under pressure. In the dead of night, a towering structure stands ominously against the sky. The words "you mustn't recklessly enter the magic tower" resonate, sending shivers down your spine. From the outside, the tower looks just like any other. But don't be fooled. Once you step inside, you might never escape. A chilling fairy tale indeed. A young boy, book in hand, can't help but question the truth behind the story. He turns to Master Li Han, hoping for a reassuring answer. Master Li Han, with a serious face, tells the boy that the tower is no mere fairy tale. Enter, and you may never leave. The boy's eyes widen with shock. Suddenly, there's a close-up of a young man's face, eyes wide with surprise. Something's definitely not right. Lightning cracks across the sky, casting an eerie glow on the tower. Shadows gather, and a skull seems to float menacingly above. This place is bad news. Despite their curiosity, the new students wisely choose not to explore the academy, avoiding the sinister mysteries of the tower. The scene opens with our protagonist in a dimly lit space, facing a shadowy green entity. The entity seems curious, asking what the protagonist's intentions are. As the tension builds, the protagonist is taken aback by the entity's sudden inquiry, questioning what it truly wants. The protagonist, trying to maintain his composure, greets the entity respectfully, addressing it as a revered headmaster. With a deep breath, the protagonist reveals his plan to enter an underground level, but seeks guidance from the enigmatic figure. A moment of suspense follows as the entity responds, leaving the protagonist in a state of uncertainty. The entity makes a cryptic offer, suggesting it will reveal information for a price, tantalizing the protagonist with the promise of knowledge. With a cheeky grin, the protagonist reacts to the entity's proposition, muttering a colorful expletive under his breath. The universe is vibing with the essence of academia, mixed with a dash of magic, as we dive into the mystical world where being a graduate student is a whole new ballgame. Welcome to a magical academy where the rules are as mysterious as the spells. The vibrant title promises a journey through enchantment and academic escapades. In the dimly lit corridors of a magical school, a lone torch flickers against the stone walls, setting a mysterious mood. Our main character walks through the hallway, pondering if they're in the right place. The looming question, did they just walk into a magical blunder? A sudden encounter. A mysterious figure appears, causing our protagonist to pause mid-step. Who could this be? With a flash of realization, a fellow student exclaims, recognizing their shared purpose for being in this part of the academy. The character muses about the number of students, questioning if they're really alone in this magical mix-up. Turns out they're in the wrong class. Basic magic combat repetitive practice wasn't on the agenda. Close call. As they make a hasty retreat, they joke about the terrifying nature of the class. Even the toughest folks from their hometown would be spooked. The scene opens with a student nervously touching a door, contemplating whether to enter. The air feels thick with anticipation, as if stepping into the unknown. Inside, the student finds a grand, eerie classroom with 3 other students scattered around. The place feels more like a magical fortress than a learning space. The students exchange glances, confused. So, there's still 3 students here, huh? One of them remarks, eyeing the new arrival with curiosity. One of the students whispers, I think we entered the wrong class, while nervously glancing at the blue orbs on their desks. It's clear they're not here on purpose. Our main character is puzzled, staring at the glowing orb on his desk. What's this thing? It's on every desk, he wonders, trying to make sense of it all. A voice cuts through the tension. Time's up. Take your seat. It's commanding, leaving no room for argument, and the student realizes they aren't alone. Our protagonist looks around, realizing he missed someone in the room. The mysterious voice belongs to a person with pale skin and gloomy eyes. As the student examines the figure more closely, they notice the long canine teeth. Is he a vampire? The thought sends chills down their spine. The figure introduces himself with a flourish in Bloody Greg. I'm the professor in charge of this class. The mystery deepens. The scene opens with a mysterious figure holding a glowing orb, confidently stating, I look forward to teaching all of you. This guy means business. As we pan over, another student, intrigued by the orb, wonders aloud, on the day of the test, can I have the orb? The orb seems to hold some mystical secret. The student's curiosity is piqued even further as they ponder the orb's potential, while a radiant gem floats above, hinting at untapped power. The student reaches out to touch the orb, determined to unlock its magic. A dramatic glow fills the room, and the tension is electric. Everyone gasps in awe as the orb's power becomes evident. The student, surprised, exclaims, I can't believe I made it respond. Suddenly, there's a twist. Could this orb be an artifact? The gears of mystery are turning and everyone's on edge. Examining the orb closely, one student notices unique markings, concluding, "Look at the markings. I'm sure he made this himself." The plot thickens. A purple-haired student is shocked as a magic ball shoots into the air, taking them along for the ride. They let out a startled "ah" as the ball spirals upward. The ball zooms through the air, and the student cries out it's going to hit the ceiling as it arcs dangerously. The professor calmly explains that the ball is linked to the student's will and assures them it's safe due to a protective contract on the lecture hall. The purple-haired student, now determined, stares at the ball, trying to will it into submission. Suddenly, they lose control, exclaiming "oof" as they're flung off balance. Meanwhile, a fellow student watches the chaos unfold. The purple-haired student pleads, "Please take care not to destroy the ball." In a panic, misunderstanding the professor's intentions, the blurred-faced student is advised to try making the ball float again, mentally noting how tough the professor is. Alright, so we're in a magical classroom where the students are trying to master the art of drawing circles with their magic. Our main guy is watching this go down, and he's all about getting that perfect circle. Now, our main dude is staring intently at this glowing blue orb, trying to make it move according to his will. But let's be real, it's not as easy as it looks. The struggle is real. Suddenly, there's a bit of excitement as one of the students shouts, "Professor, I drew a circle." You can feel the thrill in the air as they finally get it right. The professor, with a face as unreadable as ever, just says, "Do it again. No rest for the wicked." Huh? There's a moment of silence, and the student just nods. "Ah, okay." You can almost hear the internal sigh. Meanwhile, someone else is questioning the entire ordeal, thinking, "We won't be doing this the entire class, right?" You gotta love the honesty. One brave student decides to ask the burning question, "Professor, when should we stop drawing circles?" The professor, with a slight touch of mystery, replies, "When you can do it perfectly, of course." Classic professor move. Just when you think it can't get any more relatable, a student asks, "Professor, may I go to the toilet?" And another chimes in, "You don't have to ask for permission." The class continues, and you see a group of students planning a quick escape. Let's leave quickly. All while our main character is still trying to master the circle. Hang in there, buddy. Alright, so our purple-haired friend is staring intensely at a mysterious orb, declaring, "I want to do this," with a look of fierce determination. Next thing we know, they're tumbling backwards in shock, thinking, "Why is it pushing me back that far?" Meanwhile, a cool dude with black hair and a brown jacket is watching the scene unfold. The scene's buzzing with tension as a group of students stands in what looks like a magical courtroom. One student with striking blue and black hair seems to be channeling some serious energy, while another in the background, with pink hair, looks ready to exit, declaring, "Let's leave." Clearly, something's not sitting right with them. As we zoom in, the pink-haired student looks a bit freaked out, staring at a glowing orb. Her eyes are wide, and she seems to be thinking, "Don't leave without me." Drama's unfolding, and it looks like things are about to get heated. Boom! The pink-haired student hits the floor, looking utterly shocked. Meanwhile, the cool-looking guy with blue-black hair questions the need for such theatrics. Looks like someone just got called out on their magical mishap. On the ground, the pink-haired student is being checked on by our blue-black-haired hero. He asks, "Are you leaving the question hanging?" as if trying to figure out just what went wrong here. Suddenly, her eyes pop open with a gasp. "Am I magic?" She stammers, clearly realizing something's gone awry. Whatever just happened, it wasn't part of the plan. Enter the professor, with a face that's blurred out, but you can tell he's shocked. "Whoa, she wasn't acting," he exclaims. Turns out her collapse was the real deal, and she's completely drained of mana. The professor, still blurred, issues orders to have her resume her magical duties once she's back on her feet. No rest for the weary in this magical academy. Meanwhile, the blue-black-haired guy is left pondering his next move. With a resigned expression, he thinks, "Looks like I'm alone for this class." Seems like he's ready to tackle whatever comes next, solo style. The title page comes into view, all decked out in magical script, hinting at the mystical adventures that await in this manhwa. The stage is set for a magical journey. A student is in a mystical classroom with a professor holding a magical orb. The vibe is intense, like something epic is about to go down. The student, curious and eager, asks the professor about the point system in the class. The professor, with a wave of his hand, explains that points are given based on ranking, no matter the class size. With a skeptical look, the student questions the professor, trying to understand the system better. Suddenly, the scene shifts, and we get a glimpse into the student's thoughts. The class seems magical and almost surreal. The student imagines a jar filled with what looks like golden honey, representing something special about the class. Then, a magic crystal appears, and it's all about giving points. The student thinks repetitive tasks like this are quite perfect. The student looks determined, holding the crystal, ready to dive into this task with full energy. A mysterious character watches, impressed by the student's enthusiasm and dedication. New students arrive every year like waves, making their grand entrance only to vanish after the first lecture. It's like a magic trick gone wrong. However, they always leave after the first lecture and never come back. Talk about a disappearing act. Last year, not a single student remained. The attendance sheet looked as empty as a ghost town. However, Bloody didn't care about that. His contract was simple. Hold a class every year. No students required. Easy money, right? That was why he always stayed in the empty lecture hall, hoping time would pass with no one in attendance. Peaceful, yet kinda lonely. However, today, a new student finally shattered his expectations. Surprise, surprise! Despite his youthful look, he carried the vibe of someone who's seen it all. Mysterious and intriguing. I'd like it if he continued to attend. In that case, maybe things will finally get interesting. Picture this. A towering spire against a bright blue sky. And our mysterious narrator is deep in thought, claiming they can finally progress with their mission. Yeah, it's like that moment when you realize you can actually do that thing you've been procrastinating on. In a cozy room labeled restroom, we've got two folks chilling on a couch. They seem like they're about to drop some serious knowledge. It's like one of those secret meetings where you expect someone to reveal they're a spy or something. One of the characters, looking all serious, clutches a drink and insists, "Listen to me. This is important information." Now, that sounds pretty intense, right? Like they're about to spill some tea hotter than the cup in their hand. Enter the mystery character with blurred features, passionately exclaiming, "You need to attend this class. All you have to do is stay there, and you'll get a good grade." Sounds too good to be true? Yeah, the others think so too. Confused vibes all around as more characters join the chat. They're all like, what does this class even teach? It's that classic moment when someone promises magic but forgets to mention how. Mystery dude with a blurred face isn't giving anything more away. Nope, he's just standing there, fist up, as if he's about to lead a motivational chant. Now we've got two more characters, a blonde and a redhead, looking puzzled. I mean, who wouldn't be? Their faces scream. What in the world is going on here? In a room filled with books and a chessboard, the questions fly. Do you think he's a fraud? And why is that important? These are the deep conversations we all have when something just doesn't add up. As the scene shifts, we see a blue dragon reflecting on its identity, pondering over its existence with a deep thought balloon, while our red-haired friend seems lost in thought. Back to the classroom, our protagonist, with his face blurred, casually mentions he's off to his next class, leaving the red-haired character in suspense, wondering what kind of class it could possibly be. The punchline hits hard as we discover the next class is basic swordsmanship at a magic school, no less. Our red-haired friend and a new blonde companion are absolutely flabbergasted. What a twist! Outside the main building, our hero contemplates whether this grand structure is indeed where the swordsmanship class takes place. The irony is not lost on him. As he approaches the training grounds, he is surprised to find a crowd much larger than expected, adding another layer of unexpected chaos to his day. It's an orc standing tall and proud, facing off with some students. One of them throws shade, asking, "What if I am?" It's clear things are about to get spicy. Mr. Orc is laying down the law, telling the student he's in the wrong place. This isn't a playground, buddy. It's for serious practitioners. The student, unfazed, thanks the orc for clarifying, while the orc gets all up in his face. It's not like the noble games they're used to, he says. Our bold student warns the orc that duels here are no joke. The other students? Yeah, they won't hold back just because you're new. But wait, this guy's got some confidence. He assures the orc he won't hurt him in a duel. Talk about guts. The orc's left scratching his head, puzzled by this unexpected turn. What did he just hear? Now, the orc's getting fired up. There's a big moment. Looks like someone's triggered. A mysterious figure, lurking in the shadows, seems to be pondering something. What's their game? And just when things are heating up, a voice breaks in, calling the students to gather. Time for a reality check. Our confident student is hit with a double exclamation mark moment. What caught his attention? A dramatic eye stares ahead, setting the scene with a sense of anticipation. Then, a pair of legs strides with purpose, hinting at someone ready to take action. Professor Incul enters the scene with a flair. Tall and elegant, he introduces himself, leaving the students buzzing about his elf heritage. Students whisper among themselves, surprised by the elf professor. One student looks especially intrigued, as the professor announces he'll be teaching swordsmanship this semester. Professor Incul addresses the class, encouraging them to either improve their skills or maintain their current prowess. The students listen intently. Focusing on personal growth, the professor emphasizes helps students develop their own techniques. Meanwhile, a curious student gets distracted by a playful nudge from a friend. A friendly tap on the shoulder catches a student's attention, hinting at some camaraderie or perhaps a bit of mischief. The student turns with a "huh" as they react to their friend's playful intrusion, adding a touch of lightheartedness to the serious atmosphere. The scene kicks off with a mysterious tap on the shoulder. Who could it be? Turning around, our main guy sees a familiar face. "HM?" says the tapper, clearly curious. It's Jewel, the elf from the Morada family. He's got something on his mind. Jewel's wondering why his peer from a renowned magical family is dabbling in swordsmanship. With a confident grin, our hero explains it's to keep his skills sharp and avoid misunderstandings. Instead of making things awkward, he suggests it's all just for the points. Smooth move. Jewel nods, taking it all in. He introduces himself properly. Just call me Morade. Our main guy notices Jewel's youthful look, but those hands tell a different story. They shake hands, sealing their newfound acquaintance. The Morada family, intriguing. The scene opens with an imposing academy, standing tall under a snowy sky. The air is filled with anticipation, with flags fluttering and a sense of mystery cloaking the building. What secrets do these ancient walls hold? A conversation unfolds, revealing a character who seems to defy expectations. At least, that's what I thought. They muse, looking distinctly different from their family image. The mystery deepens with a simple question mark, leaving us curious. Another character enters the scene, with striking white hair and a startled expression. Well, I guess rumors aren't always true. They think, perhaps reconsidering previous assumptions. The plot thickens, hinting at unexpected twists. A hopeful thought emerges. I might end up on good terms with this guy. Alliances may form, and the path forward seems less daunting with potential friendships in the air. The title card appears, promising a tale of magic and discovery. A world of enchantment and wizardry awaits, setting the stage for an epic journey. A powerful technique is revealed as the blue swordsmanship comes into play. The atmosphere is charged with energy, suggesting a formidable skill that demands mastery. The training scene is intense, with characters pushed to their limits. Because the training was more rigorous, more arduous, hints at a grueling regimen. Determination is key as they strive to overcome. Amidst the tension, a voice asserts he had no choice. The decision to wield the cliff soldier's sword is pivotal, marking a turning point in the narrative. The stakes are high, and the path is fraught with challenges. The elf, with sharp ears and a curious gaze, asks the young man about his family, intrigued by his hidden power. The young man confidently replies, "The Wardina's family," leaving the elf in shock. The elf, still processing, wonders how someone with such control over their power could be from that family. A conversation about swordsmanship unfolds, with the young man believing it's essential for nobility. The elf reflects, recalling a similar belief, but noting a deeper understanding of the sword's essence. The young man, filled with passion, declares he couldn't resist coming here. The elf, impressed by the young man's enthusiasm, exclaims, "Full point." "Haha, it's nothing," says our elf friend with long white hair, trying to play it cool after voicing his thoughts aloud. Meanwhile, a student stands tall amidst a crowd, urging someone to not let their fears hold them back, because they've got skills worth showcasing. A tense moment as a hand is gripped tightly. "Huh?" is all we hear, setting the stage for an unexpected twist. "I will face you seriously," declares the student with determination. "It's time to name your blade, but wait, something's happening." The scene shifts to the sky, bright and clear, before the sound of a sudden impact fills the air. Our brave student finds themselves on the ground, a bit scuffed up, but the fight's not over yet. A towering figure looks down, explaining the cliff boulder blade technique like a rock-solid strategy. It never shakes, no matter who or what comes. That's the nature of the cup boulder blade. Our mysterious instructor, with a prosthetic arm, stands firm, teaching his students the ways of the sword with unyielding determination. Engrave that into your heart. The session wraps up for the day, but not without a solid handshake and some words of wisdom. Our instructor means business, and he's not one to mess around. Now, time for the next student. Two nervous students in the background, looking like they've seen a ghost, await their turn. Who's next on this roller coaster of pain and learning? Oof, everything hurts. The student, barely standing, wonders how many hits he took. Spoiler, it was a lot. Being a student here is not for the faint-hearted. He's so good at going after unguarded areas. Our student reflects on the instructor's uncanny ability to find weaknesses. The hits keep coming, and lessons are learned the hard way. Next student, the instructor, still energetic, calls for the next brave soul. The training ground is a battlefield, and the next combatant steps up, probably questioning life choices. Anyway, he's no joke. The previous student, adjusting his tie, acknowledges the instructor's prowess. This guy is the real deal, and everyone knows it. The students train for months, yet he's handling them so easily. Our instructor continues to amaze, effortlessly managing students who have been training for ages. The legend grows. A blade is personal. Make it special. In a moment of reflection, the instructor emphasizes the importance of one's weapon. It's not just a tool, it's an extension of oneself. Even with a prosthetic arm and leg, our instructor showcases his incredible skills. His agility and mastery are beyond impressive, leaving everyone in awe. Our story kicks off with a blue-haired student, deep in thought against a stone wall, as he seems to be gearing up for something big. Bam! We're thrown into an action-packed training session where two warriors are giving it their all, showcasing their skills and determination. As the dust settles, we see our blue-haired friend sitting with two others, deep in thought. He seems to feel a peculiar energy in the air. Why does it feel like he just stepped into a whirlwind of chaos? His expression tells us he's hit some kind of revelation. As the sun sets, a mysterious figure with long, white hair reflects on the time, as if something monumental is about to unfold. Finally, the instructor calls out, summoning Li Han from the Wardine's family. Our blue-haired buddy is ready to Our story unfolds with Durugi from the Choi family being summoned. The question on everyone's mind: why was he called? Cut to a bewildered guy, who seems to be pondering the situation as two mysterious figures stand nearby. The green-skinned character, with a face full of attitude, seems to be ready for anything. He's got that bring-it-on vibe. An instructor, with an air of authority, announces, "Now, the two of you will spar. It's about to go down." The crowd reacts with surprise and curiosity. Sparks are about to fly in this showdown. Two students in the audience are questioning the matchup. Is this really going to be fair? A mysterious grin appears, hinting at some mischief or excitement about the upcoming battle. The green-skinned participant confirms, "Yes, instructor," with determination written all over him. All right, folks, our young hero is facing off against two intriguing figures. We've got a mysterious, green-faced character and a suave elf, both looking ready to throw down or maybe just throw some serious shade. Now what's this? Someone's getting a bit sassy, calling our hero a little bastard. Clearly, this is about to get spicy. Look at that determined fist. Our protagonist is not backing down. He's pumped and ready to rumble, no turning back now. Our hero's ready for action. He's got his eyes on the prize, feeling the energy of the moment. You can almost hear the dramatic music playing in the background. He's been waiting for this, folks. The anticipation, the energy, it's all coming together. He's in his element now. Don't forget to catch more of this action-packed story at Asura.gg for the latest chapters. Our story kicks off with a dramatic face-off. On one side, a human with a determined look, and on the other, a confident orc. They're the standout students, but what's about to go down? We dive into the essence of mastery. It's all about practice, practice, and more practice. Thousands of repetitions and real fighting experience. Now that's the secret sauce. Ever heard of the neck technique? Well, it's not just about slicing and dicing. It's about precision and skill. But hold up. Just knowing the technique isn't enough. You need more than just a flashy move to take down an opponent. Hey, race the kicker. Understanding and applying the theory, a dazzling sword appears, radiating power like it's the ultimate game changer. The atmosphere screams, "This isn't your ordinary blade." The scene shifts to two characters, one with a blurred face and another with green skin. They exchange thoughts on how this sword could turn the tables. But hey, power comes with its own set of troubles. The title reveals the magical world of wizardry and adventure we're about to dive into. It's all about surviving as a magician in a magical school. A trio stands ready, swords in hand. The leader shouts, "Each to your position." It's all about to go down. An elf-like character watches one of the others walk away, a hint of mystery in their eyes. What's on their mind? A student, seemingly impressed, thinks about the high swordsmanship skills of another, despite him not being from a knightly family. Surprise, surprise! Our elf friend is now deep in thought, thinking about how the serious one must have inherited his skills. And why so serious, right? A hand grabs a shoulder, promising to take responsibility. Things are getting intense, folks. The stage is set, and the air is electric as the duel is about to begin. Our mysterious announcer raises a hand, signaling the start. You can almost feel the tension crackling in the air. From above, we see a dramatic view of the arena. The crowd is buzzing, and our contenders stand ready. One of them thinks about finishing the duel quickly. It's about to go down. Enter the confident challenger, green and mean, with a smirk that says, "This is my game." Meanwhile, our protagonist, sword in hand, stands firm. It's a face-off between confidence and resolve. Our story opens with an elf sporting some seriously intense vibes. He's got these sharp, pointed ears and a face that could tell 1,000 tales. He's talking about some deep stuff like he's got a secret plan or something. Then, bam, we zoom down to a foot stomping the ground. It's green, and it's got purpose. You can almost feel the ground shake. What's this all about? Switching scenes, we see a new character with a blurred face. Adds to the mystery, right? He's throwing a question out into the air. Not coming? Sounds like someone's missing in action. The green-skinned dude is not about to wait around. He declares he'll go first then. Clearly, he's not one for patience. In a burst of energy, our green friend makes a dramatic move. The air swirls around him, hinting at some serious power. Another character watches, probably wondering what's about to go down. Our hero is in the thick of it, unleashing a vibrant blast of energy that catches his opponent off guard. The air crackles with intensity as the attack lands squarely. The opponent, a hulking green figure, lets out a thunderous roar. Nearby, two figures watch with wide eyes, clearly taken aback by the unfolding drama. It's a game-changing moment. An inquisitive student, with brown hair and a school uniform, eagerly questions the professor about whether something is allowed. The professor, with long blonde hair and elf-like ears, seems to be involved in something interesting. The same student is now full of excitement, exclaiming "amazing" at the professor's demonstration or revelation. The professor's calm demeanor contrasts with the student's enthusiasm. Our mysterious professor, with those distinct elf ears, seems deep in thought, perhaps contemplating the next move or the implications of their actions. A green-skinned character, wielding a sword, is on a mission with the mantra, "do whatever it takes." The stakes are high, as they fight with the belief that only life and death exist in battle. The fight heats up as the green-skinned fighter unleashes a powerful attack, urging their opponent to fight without using their body. The intensity is palpable. Back to the professor, who's pondering the situation, acknowledging that it'll be hard for others to grasp what's happening now. Their expression suggests a mix of concern and determination. Under the dim light, our trio sits on the edge, pondering the absurdity of someone mastering a skill just for victory. It's a mix of skepticism and admiration in the air. Suddenly, the focus shifts. Someone's got the crowd buzzing, hailed as a true swordsman. The tension is palpable. Action explodes on the scene as a green-skinned opponent makes a fierce move, but our hero counters with a powerful strike. It's going down. Our first character is caught in a moment of regret, realizing he got hit by a shallow strike. He let his guard down because he assumed his opponent wasn't from a knight family. Whoops! Never judge a book by its cover, right? The scene shifts to another character, observing the situation. He's thinking, alright, he's totally out of sorts. Looks like someone's having a rough day. Flashback alert. We're thrown back into a heated moment. I was a fool to let my guard down. This guy is realizing he might have underestimated his opponent big time. Back to the present, and someone's clearly mulling things over. A quick glance, a step back, and they're all like, I just can't get over it. Maybe next time, they'll keep their guard up. Our hero is all in, unleashing a dazzling attack, but his opponent, a green-skinned brute, isn't fazed. With a smug grin, he mocks, "Is that all you've got?" But hold up. The tide turns quickly. The green brute takes a hit, stumbling back as the ground shakes beneath him. Looks like he's eating his words now. Our story kicks off with a mysterious figure, clearly taken aback as he exclaims, what could have possibly shocked him? The suspense is building. Cut to an intense scene where an orc-like character realizes the opponent's speed. Is going that fast? He thinks, worried about his current predicament, but knowing it's not the time to dwell on his injuries. The stakes are high. Enter the mentor, a lively character with a prosthetic arm, applauding the young students with enthusiasm. That's amazing, my young students, he exclaims, clearly proud and adding a twist of humor to this tense situation. The orc-like character isn't backing down, clutching a note that reads, I won't forgive you. With determination, he launches into action, ready for a showdown. The atmosphere is electric. The battle intensifies as the mysterious figure and the orc clash with incredible energy. The movements are swift and powerful, each trying to outdo the other. Who will emerge victorious in this thrilling encounter? Our hero charges forward, his face set with determination as he unleashes a powerful strike, the air crackling with energy around him. In the midst of the fray, another character watches the battle unfold, surprised by the hero's unexpected skill, thinking, this is beyond my expectations. We dive into the thoughts of a mysterious figure who once thought their opponents were exceptional, but now seems to have second thoughts. Cut to an intense face-off between a green-skinned warrior and a determined fighter, both unleashing their energy in a showdown. In a close-up shot, we see the reflection of the heated battle in the eye of an observer, capturing the intensity of the moment. The observer notes that one of the fighters is far too agitated, hinting at a possible advantage or a brewing storm. The clash of swords sends sparks flying, with green energy lighting up the scene as the battle reaches its peak. This green-skinned character is on edge, eyes wide as he shouts, "What's with that energy?" Clearly, something powerful and unexpected is in the air, and it's got him rattled. The scene explodes with action as a sword, glowing with vibrant energy, slashes through the air, leaving a trail of power behind it. The atmosphere is electric, and you can almost feel the tension crackling. A character, stunned by the sudden burst of energy, exclaims, "What's with that energy?" Clearly, this unexpected surge has thrown him off balance. Amidst the chaos, someone shouts, "Get it together, Lee Han," urging Lee Han to pull himself together and face the challenge head-on. Our hero, feeling the pressure, knows they need to up their game if they want a shot at victory. It's time for some serious strategy. Meanwhile, the opponent, a formidable figure with green skin, is making moves but seems to be slowing down. Our hero spots this and realizes the opponent is running out of steam. With a close-up on the opponent's mana-sheathed sword, it's clear they're about to hit empty on the stamina gauge. The perfect opportunity to turn the tables. The scene opens with an intense vibe as our blue-haired protagonist stands amidst swirling, magical energy. This dude is definitely not your average Joe, as the text ominously states. However, only he can use this mana. Whoa, special powers alert. Enter the masked figure, eyes glowing with determination. It's a ticking clock scenario, folks. They're in a rush, claiming this is a fight against time. The stakes just got real. Title card time. The mystical vibe is strong with this one, as the elaborate lettering introduces us to this magical world. Ready to dive deeper into the enchantment? The scene explodes with action. Our green-skinned warrior is flung through the air, yelling shit, as he's clearly caught off guard by a powerful attack. The green warrior, face twisted with anger, shouts about the unexpected strength of his opponent. Meanwhile, our determined young man, with a focused expression, is clearly holding his ground. In a dimly lit chamber, a mysterious figure is deep in thought, whispering about the power they hold in their hands. The atmosphere is tense, and the air almost crackles with anticipation. Just as the tension peaks, another character bursts into the scene, looking startled. There's a mix of urgency and surprise in their expression, hinting at an unfolding drama. A blue-haired character looks stunned, perhaps realizing something crucial. The atmosphere is tense, and you can almost hear the dramatic music playing. The scene shifts to an epic showdown. Two warriors face off outside a grand castle, one swinging a staff with fierce determination. The air crackles with intensity as they clash. With a swift and powerful strike, the staff-wielding warrior brings down their weapon, aiming to end the battle decisively. The ground trembles under the force of their blow. Boom! The scene bursts with energy as an explosion lights up the panel, setting the stage for what's about to go down. It's like the calm before the storm, but with more fire. Our protagonist, with his dark hair and determined look, faces off against a towering green-skinned warrior. The tension is thick, and it's clear this isn't a friendly chat. Who's going to make the first move? Breathing heavily, our green-skinned warrior stands tall, with a sword slung over his shoulder, clearly having given it his all. Our young, determined challenger, also catching his breath, seems relieved yet exhausted, as the sky paints a dramatic backdrop. The tension breaks as an authoritative figure intervenes, announcing that the winner has been decided. With a sense of camaraderie, the green-skinned fighter invites his opponent to step forward, acknowledging the duel's conclusion. The scene opens with a mysterious figure standing beside a grand, mystical scale. The tension is thick as they ponder. Why should the weak be punished while the strong get away? The air is electric with anticipation. As the scales weigh justice, the figure contemplates, should the weak always pay the price? The visual metaphor here is strong, with the balance of justice hanging in the balance, literally. Zooming in, we see a close-up of a character's eye, full of determination. The thought bubbles reveal he's already giving off the feeling of being from a noble family. This guy's got some serious royal vibes going on. On a rooftop under the golden sunset, our main character strides confidently forward, his long hair catching the light dramatically. Behind him, a group of students watch with mixed emotions. Curiosity, respect, perhaps a hint of rivalry. The scene shifts as one of them declares, "Firstly, winning isn't everything." Yeah, you heard that right. It's not all about the W's, folks. A wise figure, with long, elegant ears and flowing hair, offers some sage advice. The winner should be humble, and the loser should learn. It's all about that growth mindset, people. And in a surprising twist, the wise figure suggests, bow to each other. Looks like respect is the name of the game today. In the heat of the moment, a character is on edge, thinking if he attacks Illinois. The stakes are high, and the tension is palpable. The air clears a bit as a green-skinned character, with a serious yet sincere expression, admits it was a good fight. "I'm sorry for being rude." A hint of respect lingers in his words. Amidst the aftermath, another character confidently declares, "You have the right to attend this class." It's a moment of validation and newfound respect. The green-skinned character with tusks is deep in thought, realizing that someone is planning to catch him off guard and then launch an attack. The tension is real, and he's not about to let his guard down. A handshake seals the deal between two characters. There's an undercurrent of suspicion in the air, as one seems to be plotting something sneaky. Who's playing who here? A character, clearly frustrated, turns around and demands to know why the crowd isn't clapping. It's like an awkward moment at a talent show when the performance doesn't quite hit the mark. The night is quiet, the full moon casting an eerie glow over a grand castle. Shadows play across its walls, hinting at secrets hidden within. As the scene shifts, we see a group of students. They're gathered under the moonlight, discussing something important. Their expressions are serious, hinting at the gravity of their conversation. Could it be a secret mission or a daring adventure? The scene is set under a starry sky, where a character is deep in thought, pondering over a recent event that didn't go as planned. A frog-like teacher stands before a group of kneeling students, delivering some hard truths. There's a vibe of accountability in the air as they discuss the outcome of their actions. One student with pointed ears decides to cut through the noise, stating, "That's not what's important," shifting the focus to the bigger picture. Amidst the shadows, our mysterious protagonist is contemplating their fate, asking, "Is it too late for me to be saved?" The atmosphere is tense, and you can almost feel the weight of their words. Just when things seem bleak, a new character enters the scene. With a confident smirk, they flash a phone, saying it's simple. What could this mean? A plan? Perhaps, or just another twist in this dark tale. The scene opens with a trio of students, one of them an orc, looking like they're up to no good. They're all decked out in school uniforms, giving off serious mean squad vibes. The orc, looking a bit stressed, gets called out. Someone's throwing shade, asking if he's embarrassed, given his supposed knightly status. Awkward. An elf with slick style isn't holding back, calling out the orc's words as loser talk. Yikes, the tension is real. Elsewhere, another student seems surprised by the situation, whispering doubts about the extent of the confrontation. With a sly smile, a blonde student notes the dissent in the air, hinting that not everyone is on board with the current drama. The night sky casts a mysterious vibe as a group of students gather, each looking more serious than the last. Something intense is brewing. The tension heightens as one student declares, "I'm against it. I'm not going to take revenge." Ooh, bold move. What's this all about? A student scoffs at the decision, The coward isn't going to participate. We need to fill his spot. Seems like there's no love lost here. Another student eagerly steps forward. "Give me a chance, Moradi." Looks like someone's ready to jump into action. The scene shifts to a grassy field where a diverse group of students, including one with horns, share a knowing smile. Seems like they're in on something big. In a moment of deep reflection, our green-skinned friend muses over the daunting task of facing a Tanshin. It's like trying to win an arm wrestling match with a mountain. But hey, this character's got some serious knight DNA running through those veins. A family of knight trainers? No pressure. With determination etched on his face, he declares, "I will stand with Wasan." Under the serene glow of the moon. Talk about a dramatic night. In the dark, shadowy forest, a figure darts swiftly, their silhouette barely visible against the night sky. The tension is palpable as something or someone is in hot pursuit. Suddenly, the scene shifts to an intense close-up of an orc warrior, his eyes filled with fierce determination. He lets out a roar, launching a powerful attack aimed at the fleeing figure. The scene opens with an intense moment. A character is sprawled on the ground, seemingly defeated, while another stands over him, puzzled, as if questioning what just happened. The air is thick with tension. In the next frame, we meet a green-skinned fellow, absolutely livid. He's seething with rage, shouting about some audacious act. His companion, face obscured, stands beside him, looking equally determined. Elsewhere, the atmosphere shifts as another character taps into some serious magical energy. Blue, swirling lights surround them, hinting at a power that's about to be unleashed. What could they be planning? In the shadowy depths of the night, we meet a mysterious figure, their face obscured but dressed in a sharp suit that screams business mixed with a dash of mystery. The atmosphere is tense. Something's definitely brewing. A sudden burst of thoughts cuts through the tension. What the hell is happening? Clearly, confusion or shock is the theme of the night. Whatever it is, it's about to shake things up. In a world swirling with blue flames and mystic symbols, a mysterious hand reaches out, conjuring an aura of power. It's like the universe itself is watching, holding its breath. A bewildered character stands amidst the chaos, eyes wide, thinking, what the hell is happening? The tension is thick enough to cut with a knife. A stick, or maybe a wand, points towards destiny, as the word Wardinas echoes through the night. What secrets does this name hold? Under the moonlit night, a group surrounds our main character, throwing shade about past events. One of them sneers, "Did you think we'd just let this go?" While another adds a menacing promise about not letting him attend any more classes. Our main guy, with a sharp gaze, thinks to himself, are they really pulling this stunt over some class? He's annoyed and ready to flip the script, thinking of changing their tune real quick. The scene is set with a young man turning his back, addressing a group with a daring question. You guys, are you doing this knowing which family I come from? Clearly, he's not one to back down easily. Now the group facing him isn't impressed. One of them steps up, dismissing his words as cowardly threats. Did you think that'd scare us? They retort, challenging him right back. Amidst the tension, the young man isn't backing off. The shadows play tricks as he stands firm, questioning the group's motives with piercing intensity. He steps forward demanding answers. Who ordered you to do this? Was it someone from a great family who you couldn't refuse? His words hang in the air, carrying a weight that makes everyone pause. In a shadowy forest, our wolf-eared friend is in full panic mode, shouting, shut up! Don't let him mislead you." Clearly, things are getting heated. The scene shifts to a tense standoff. Three guys are closing in on our main dude, forming a circle. Surround him. They yell, determined not to let him slip away. Zooming in on our hero's face, he's sweating bullets, thinking 3 against 1 is too much. Yeah, no kidding, buddy. Alright, so our character's brain is doing somersaults, remembering some sage advice about running away when things get dicey. But hey, when the best option on the menu is run, you know it's serious. Oh, plot twist. The escape route is blocked. Our character is now in a pickle, scratching their head, wondering, how on earth am I going to get out of this mess? Hold up. There's another character on the scene. They've got their ear on high alert, as if they've just had a light bulb moment. You can almost hear the gears turning. And there it is. Mysterious blue symbols on the ground catch their eye. They've got a plan. If these symbols do what they think, escape might just be in the cards. The tension hits a high note as our character, fueled by determination, commands themselves to move. It's like they're about to bust out some next-level magic trick. In the eerie glow of an unknown light, a mysterious figure with piercing blue eyes seems to be contemplating something important. The atmosphere is thick with tension and mystery. As the scene shifts, we see a young man, seemingly a student, looking determined yet concerned. His eyes reflect the same mysterious glow, hinting at a deeper connection to the unfolding events. A mysterious figure makes a dramatic entrance, catching everyone off guard. It's like a scene from an action movie, and the attackers are shook. Our blue-haired protagonist is stunned, his face showing utter disbelief. What's going on? He quickly regains his composure, realizing he needs more practice. Meanwhile, the attackers are fuming, shouting, "How dare he?" The tension rises as our hero stands defiant, blue energy swirling around him. The attackers exchange worried glances, sensing something big is about to happen. Despite the pressure, our hero knows he mustn't show weakness. He steels himself, determined to keep up the act. The stakes are high. Our mysterious protagonist throws down a challenge, daring anyone with a death wish to step up. Meanwhile, they're trying to maintain a cool poker face amidst the tension. Chaos ensues as some shady figures, clearly spooked, scramble away, shouting threats over their shoulders. Looks like they weren't ready for this kind of heat. One of the bewildered onlookers is left in shock, questioning what kind of wild scene just unfolded right before their eyes. Under the moonlit sky, our guy with the slick hair is holding a flower. His buddy asks if he's ready to throw hands, but Flower Dude just shrugs it off with a casual "ah no." Cut to another character, whose face is a mystery, expressing disbelief about some threats made by a guy named Gaze. Drama, right? Now we're by a cozy campfire. The conversation turns to Gel, who seems to be the one causing all the ruckus. Our characters are seriously perplexed. Switching gears, we're introduced to the White Tiger Tower. It's all sunshine and rainbows here, with everyone acting like one big happy family. But hold up! The White Tiger Tower isn't just all hugs and smiles. There's a hierarchy, and it's represented by a lineup of fierce tigers. Talk about a power structure. Out of nowhere, a cute little white creature leaps through a mystical blue glow, like it's on a mission or something. A character is sketching a doodle that looks like a spiky-haired kid, leaving another character puzzled, like, who's this supposed to be? Our main dude spots someone and is like, wait, is that the guy from back then? Things are about to get interesting. Our mysterious duo starts chatting about this guy who seemed all nice and dandy, but his actions scream otherwise. They're puzzled, wondering what his real deal is. One of them muses about the guy fulfilling his role and why popular guys are always so tricky. The other is like, hey, are you even listening to me? The conversation heats up. Not only is this dude popular, but does he have a hidden agenda? What's his game with approaching people? Sitting by the fire, they ponder why some people decided to pick a fight. It's odd, and they reckon there might be reasons behind it. Boom! It's revealed. One of them is from the warrior family. Now things are getting interesting. The stakes are high. If this popular guy defeats someone from a famous family, especially a first year, his power level would skyrocket. It's all about making a name, right? In the quiet of the night, a character expresses frustration, feeling like a mere trophy in someone else's power game. This revelation is pretty upsetting, huh? Another character, clearly anxious, clenches their fist and admits their worry. The tension is palpable. A dramatic vision unfolds, showing a character wielding a sword of light. It's clear this isn't just about power, but perhaps destiny. Shadows linger, hinting at mysterious figures watching closely. A shoe steps confidently onto a platform, hinting at the entrance of someone significant. The blurred figure ponders how far people will go to secure their position. It's all about pride, baby. The common room is buzzing. A student bursts in, looking all kinds of stressed, shouting everyone, like he's about to drop some serious news. Our guy, looking like he's been through a rough time, spills the beans. I was attacked by students from the White Tiger Tower. Talk about drama. He's wiping tears away, explaining the attack happened just because he's from the Blue Dragon Tower. The room's energy shifts as everyone starts reacting. The crowd is in disbelief. Some students are shocked. Others seem ready to jump into action. It's like a scene from a movie. One student, with fiery determination, suggests they fight back. But another, with a cooler head, is like, wait, why? As they weigh the consequences, our main character is caught off guard, thinking, they're more into this than I expected them to be. Clearly, something's brewing, and it's bigger than anticipated. As the plot thickens, the background chatter gets intense. Call everyone. And can we get weapons? Find out. Things are escalating fast. But wait, our calm-headed hero steps in. Hey, wait, there's no need to go that far. Someone's trying to keep the peace. In a surprising twist, one of the group members emphatically declares, no, we're indebted to you. Seems like our protagonist did something big to earn this loyalty. The mystery deepens. All right, so here we've got the headmaster being showered with gratitude for providing food, with one guy exclaiming that everyone's had the meat he hunted. It's all looking very cozy, with the flying meat and all. But hold up. A student bursts in, calling out the headmaster's story as a big fat lie. He's rallying everyone to gather up, and it's about to get real. Our truth teller is leading a charge with a group following behind. It's showdown time, folks. The headmaster's about to get a taste of the uprising. In the heat of the moment, a fierce declaration is made. I knew it. And suddenly, fantastical creatures appear, adding a wild twist to the confrontation. The page closes with a thoughtful note about how hatred often targets those similar to us. Two characters stand side by side, embodying this deep reflection. The scene bursts into action with three students, all hyped up and ready to roll. They're shouting about their mission to take someone down. Looks like they're on a wild chase with some serious determination. Just as the chase heats up, a voice cries out, wait. It's like someone hit the pause button on their epic mission. What's going to happen next? As the scene unfolds, someone urgently calls out, before you go, listen to me. The atmosphere feels tense, as if something important is about to be revealed. All right, picture this. A group of students is buzzing with excitement. They're gearing up to take on the next big challenge, the next trial tower. You can almost feel the adrenaline, can't you? Just as they're about to dash off, a voice booms, wait. One of the students, standing confidently, seems to have something crucial to say. The suspense is real. Now, there's a new player in the mix. This person wants everyone to hold their horses and listen up before making any rash decisions. Our mystery speaker emphasizes the need for caution. We can't act rashly, they say, making it clear that rushing into the tower without a plan might not be the best move. All right, so we have this guy standing, full of excitement, declaring a plan with those classic anime sparkles in his eyes. That's done perfectly, he says, while another character, equally pumped, shouts, we lie in wait and then attack. The vibe is all about a grand, probably over-the-top strategy. Our enthusiastic planner is now clenching his fist, hyped up beyond belief. Meanwhile, in the background, the other dudes all like, revenge, my guy. It's clear these characters are in full-on shonen mode, ready to take on the world. Now, cut to our main character, who's facepalming hard. He's thinking, am the idiot for expecting something? Clearly, he's the only one who's realized their plan might not be as brilliant as it sounds.